Issei Hyodo, the aspect of death and the wielder of Chroma, the Black Dragon Emperor. Follow Issei as he experiences the gruesome deaths of his parents and unlocks the sacred gear that nobody has been able to wield ever before, the Eradication Gear. Op Issei, less perverted, smarter Issei. Issei Sharam. Okjaram. Chapter 1. AOD Rewrite. Black Dragon Emperor. Yo. At last the return of aspect of death has come, but there will be major differences in the story starting at the Cataclysm arc. So trust me when I say it won't be the cluster *CK crossover story that it was. There will also be a change in the way the story goes about. This first chapter is in Issei's perspective, but the next will be in Tomoki's. The story will keep switching between Tomoki and Issei, so if you are not a fan of Tomoki, feel free to skip his chapters. Anyway, let the chapter begin. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Ddrag, Albion speaking. Action, sound. Aspect of death. Rewrite. Chapter 1. Black Dragon Emperor. In the town of Kuo, a small family of 3 were currently walking back to their home. They had just gotten back from buying new furniture, and a new toy for their son, Issei Hyodo. The boy held his toy, which was a plush version of a dark dragon with fiery eyes. Mommy, look, the dragon's flying, said Issei enthusiastically as he swung the dragon around. Oh wow, you should be careful, Issei. Dragons can bite, warned Issei's mother playfully. So are dragons bad, mommy? Asked Issei curiously as he stopped swinging his toy. Issei's mother looked at Issei with a raised eyebrow, but she would answer her son either way. Usually they are. Dragons are fierce and always angry. That's why they are portrayed as villains in most of today's movies. Answered Issei's mother, much to Issei's confusion. But doesn't mommy get angry too when daddy spills his coffee everywhere? Inquired Issei. Issei's mother glared at her husband as she heard him snicker. Yes. Mommy is an evil dragon. Ha ha ha. Laughed Issei's father, much to his wife's annoyance. Issei looked at his mother with shocked eyes and was about to ask if it was true, until his father suddenly stopped walking. Dear, what's wrong? Asked Issei's mother confused. We should be careful. I think there are a bunch of lunatics over there. Replied Issei's father as he pointed at the direction where there were around 6 suspiciously dressed people. Those people look weird, blurted out Issei, causing his mother to cover his mouth. Shish. Don't talk about strangers like that. Scolded Issei's mother as she saw one of the lunatics glance at their direction. Let's just keep walking, suggested Issei's father as he started to walk, followed by his wife and son. But before they could get too far, one of the lunatics got in front of Issei's father with a mischievous smile on his face. Why, hello there. I couldn't help but notice that your son had quite the scent on him. Spoke the lunatic, angering Issei's father. If you even think about touching my son, you will regret it. Warned Issei's father protectively. The lunatic stared at Issei's father flabbergasted, before bursting out in laughter. Ha 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 ha. Why you think you can threaten me? Laughed the lunatic before sending a fist into the gut of Issei's father. No. Leave daddy alone. Pleaded Issei, who already started crying. Issei's father tried to get up, but he just couldn't for some unknown reason. What unbelievable strength, thought Issei's father as one punch from the lunatic literally paralyzed him. Please, take all our money, just don't hurt our son. Pleaded Issei's mother, who offered her purse, but the lunatic simply chuckled, and before anyone realized it, Issei's mother started bleeding from her eyes. What's happening to me? Blurted out Issei's mother in shock and pain as she started screaming in pain. Her screams of agony were torture to Issei's ears. While the lunatic was simply getting annoyed, he gestured for one of his fellow lunatics to finish the woman off. Another lunatic came and held Issei's mother up from her throat. It was clear that she was choking and would soon die if nobody stopped the lunatic. Issei charged at the lunatic and tried to punch him, but the lunatic saw this and simply kicked Issei away, sending him flying. As Issei rolled on the ground, multiple bruises on his body could be seen, and his head started bleeding as well. Issei, called out Issei's father, who had soon managed to stand up, adrenaline pumping in his veins after seeing his son hurt like that. You son of a bitch. Cursed Issei's father as he threw a punch at the lunatic in front of him. The lunatic dodged and punched Issei's father in the face before grabbing his shoulders and thrusting his knee into the gut of Issei's father. Issei's father coughed out blood and fell to the ground. He looked behind him to see that Issei was struggling to get up and his wife had already fallen to the ground, lifeless. Apologies, but it seems that your son has quite the interesting sacred gear. Apologized the lunatic as four black wings suddenly burst from his back. Issei's father looked shocked and confused. Sacred gear. I don't know what you're talking about. Coughed out Issei's father. The winged lunatic laughed at him. Of course you don't. You are only a human after all. Said the lunatic. And what are you? A bird. Mocked Issei's father with a smirk. The lunatic growled at him and kicked him in the stomach, causing him to cough out blood. I'm a fallen angel, you pathetic human. Said the fallen angel as he kicked Issei's father in the stomach again and turned to the young boy, Issei. Mommy. She's dead. Thought Issei in complete and utter shock as he stared at his mother's corpse not too far away from him. How? Did a dragon kill her? Mommy said they are usually the bad guys, so did they? Thought Issei confused and clueless. No. Because the dragon is the one that will be helping you, boy. Said a deep menacing voice. Issei's eyes widened in shock as he looked around him to find the source of the voice, but to no avail. Looks like the kid is trying to look for help. Mocked the two-winged fallen angel approaching him with some sort of spear made out of light. Don't bother looking around, boy. For I am inside of you. Informed the voice, much to Issei's further surprise. Inside of me. Repeated Issei confused. Inside of him. What is he going through puberty? Ha 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 ha. Joked another fallen angel with two wings, while all of them were laughing. The four-winged fallen angel was watching closely as he was getting suspicious. I am the one sealed inside of your sacred gear, the reason why these fallen ones are after your life. Clarified the voice. Issei could barely understand, but it seems he was able to get the idea. Now, before I explain, I need you to get out of here. Alive. And to do that, you need to follow all of my instructions, understand? Inquired the voice, getting a nod from Issei. How can I stand even a small chance against these weirdos? Asked Issei in his thoughts doubtfully. Lucky for you, these fallen aren't as tough as they seem to be. They'll be like ants once you unlock my power. Replied the voice. Your power. But, how do I unlock your power? Asked Issei confused. I want you to look at your mother's corpse. Look closely. Instructed the voice. Issei was confused but hesitantly looked over to his dead mother, causing tears to escape his eyes once more. The fallen angel was getting closer and closer to Issei, which meant that he had to hurry and unlock the power within him. Issei didn't understand why he would need to look at his mother's corpse as it only released feelings of anger and hatred inside of him. How do you feel? Asked the voice curiously. Angry. I want to beat those bad guys up. Replied Issei angrily. The voice smirked, although Issei didn't see this. You want to kill them? Make them pay? Asked the voice, stirring Issei's anger. Why yes. Kill them. I want to kill them. Replied Issei as he clenched his fists, much to the fallen angel's amusement. Kill them. How can you kill them in your current state? How would you kill them? Asked the voice, clearly up to something. Issei's eyes glowed a dangerous orange hue for a moment. Grow strong. I need to grow stronger. And. Replied Issei angrily as his eyes began switching between his normal brown eyes and a bright orange. And, what? How would you kill them? Demanded the voice menacingly, raising Issei's spirit and anger. I will eradicate them. Shouted Issei, much to the fallen angel's shock, as Issei's eyes were now purely orange and a strong aura began leaking out of him. What is this? Blurted out the fallen angel who was approaching Issei. Eradicate. Boomed the voice as a black and orange gauntlet formed on Issei's right hand. The gauntlet released a powerful aura, enough to force the fallen angel's back. Damn. The kid unlocked his sacred gear. Cursed the four-winged fallen angel before throwing a light spear at Issei. But much to everybody's shock, Issei was able to catch the spear, and crush it. Search your feelings, find your killing intent. Only then will you be able to fight back. Guided the voice, Issei nodded and closed his eyes. Issei thought of what the fallen angels have done, killing his mother, beating his father. Issei's eyes burst open, his orange eyes glowing brightly. As he looked around him, two fallen angels were flying towards him with light spears in hand. Issei snarled and raised his hand, opening his palm. He aimed his hand at the fallen angel to his right and a small fiery ball began materializing in his palm. Issei pulled back his arm and thrust it back at the ball, firing it at the fallen angel. The fallen angel screamed in horror as he was engulfed by the ball and soon turned into a pile of ash. The other fallen angel threw a light spear at Issei, and successfully hit Issei in his right knee. Issei cried out in pain as tears began falling down his face. Even though he may have unlocked his sacred gear, he was still a young boy. The fallen angel then flew up and threw another light spear to finish him off, but suddenly, as if another person was controlling him, Issei dodged with great skill. Issei clutched his right arm and leapt towards the fallen angel, much to everyone's shock, even Issei himself. "You have performed brilliantly for such a young boy, I will carry your burden for now," said the voice calmingly. Issei was still surprised that the voice was able to take over his body. What is your name?" asked Issei in his thoughts as he felt himself about to pass out. The voice smirked and using Issei's body, sent a fist into the fallen angel's gut and smacked him down to the ground. "I am the ravaging dragon, Chroma," replied Chroma before his partner, Issei, passed out. As he passed out, his body began to feel numb and soon started free falling from the sky. In order to keep control, Chroma would have to activate the forbidden technique. "Ravaging Dragon Balance Breaker," boomed Chroma as the black scale mail began forming on Issei's small body. The scale mail looked like a combination of the red and white Dragon Emperor's scale mails, albeit with a few different features and a different color scheme of black and orange. "Balance Breaker. At such a young age," blurted out the four-winged fallen angel. "Prepare to be eradicated, puny fallen angels," announced Chroma as he teleported behind the fallen angel and clipped two of his wings before ripping them out violently. The fallen angel screamed in agony before Chroma grabbed his neck and snapped it. The dragon then threw the lifeless body of the former four-winged fallen angel at the two other fallen angels flying towards him. Chroma then fired a powerful energy ball at the two fallen angels, successfully killing them. Only two fallen angels were left, and at the sight of their group leader's demise, they began to flee in horror. But Chroma would not let them get away. The dragon smirked and unleashed his aura for all to sense. The fallen angels lost their ability to breathe just by being in the presence of this menacing aura. Running out of air, they fell to the ground, slowly dying. Elsewhere, a multitude of powerful and influential beings would feel the aura of the ravaging dragon engulf the entire planet for a few moments, before the aura vanished like nothing. "Now the world will know, the Black Dragon Emperor has been born," declared Chroma before turning around abruptly where he saw a beautiful woman with a buxom figure and silver hair flowing with the wind, watching him with interest. "Interesting. I never thought that the ravaging dragon would ever find a host," spoke the woman, holding her chin. Chroma simply glared at the woman before he felt Issei's body beginning to give out. Using balance breaker must have weighed too much for the young boy. "Your host will die if you remain in that state," stated the woman, hinting towards the scale mail. Chroma agreed and dematerialized the balance breaker armor. "Who are you, woman?" asked Chroma suspiciously. The woman smirked and simply headed towards Issei's breaking body. "I am death," replied the woman as she then began healing the boy. A few hours later, Issei would wake up in a cave somewhere in a forest. The boy assumed that the dragon he met, Chroma, brought him here. "Feeling better now, partner?" asked Chroma curiously. Issei wiped his eyes tiredly and yawned before nodding his head to answer the dragon's question. "Where are we, Dragon-kun?" asked Issei as he looked around his surroundings. "A cave not too far from your hometown. I found it while flying around in your body," replied Chroma. Suddenly a realization came upon Issei. His father was not here. If he was still alive, that must mean that his father is too. "Wait, where is Daddy? And what happened to those weirdos with birdie wings?" asked Issei confused. The ravaging dragon sighed before preparing to tell Issei the brutal truth. "Your father's wounds were too much for him to handle. He died a few minutes after I eliminated the fallen ones," replied Chroma honestly. Issei's heart nearly stopped beating after hearing this. First his mother, now his father. "And no. That can't be. I should have been there," cried Issei as he slammed his fist into the ground. It seems the eradication gear boosted his maturity rate. A young boy would act like an intelligent teenager. There was nothing you could do, partner. It was his time. Death is a natural part of everyone's life. Eventually you will face death as well," stated Chroma before narrowing his draconic eyes as he felt a godly presence appear. "Indeed he will," said a feminine voice as a woman emerged from the deathly smoke that appeared out of nowhere. Issei looked at her with caution, and a small amount of lust as the woman's figure practically screamed sexy. Who are you? Asked Issei cautiously. Apparently, that right there is death, answered Chroma, causing the woman to smirk. Right, you are, ravaging dragon. But, Issei, you can call me Shinigami, said Shinigami as she approached Issei and caressed his cheek, causing the young boy to blush. So young, and such tragedy has already fallen upon you, muttered Shinigami sadly as she then stood up and offered Issei a hand. Much to Chroma's shock. Join me, become mine and mine alone. My aspect of death, offered Shinigami, much to Issei's surprise. But isn't death supposed to be a bad thing? Asked Issei hesitantly, causing Shinigami to giggle cutely. Cute, thought Issei before shaking his head. If you really think about it, death isn't necessarily a bad thing, nor is it a good thing. So it could be somewhere in between, said Shinigami raising one finger. So, like an anti-hero? Asked Issei curiously. Exactly, and let's not forget that you'd be dead if I didn't heal you, replied Shinigami with a smirk, surprising Issei. Your body couldn't handle the balance breaker and was quite literally breaking down. She saved your life, clarified Chroma. Issei then understood and stared back at the woman who claimed to be death. Thank you for saving my life, Shinigami-chan. And with those words spoken, Issei decided that this woman was worth giving his life to. Starting that day, Issei Hyodo, the Black Dragon Emperor, would be trained by multiple powerful deities and he would befriend thousands of gods and such. His charms as the Black Dragon Emperor would cause many to fall in love with him, and a few to consider him family. But in the end, Shinigami was Issei's true family now and forever. 20 years later, Asgard. The powerful Norse god, Thor, was currently in a sparring match with the infamous Black Dragon Emperor, or as his friends knew him, Issei Hyodo. Thor grinned at the exciting challenge that Issei brought to him, which is also one of the reasons the Norse god always enjoyed the boy's visits. Thor raised his hammer. Mjolnir and lightning struck down from the skies. Issei, who was in his balance breaker, extended his arm and a powerful beam could be seen charging up. As the bolt of lightning began aiming for Issei, the Black Dragon Emperor fired the powerful beam. Massacre! Boomed Chroma as a powerful beam of destruction collided with the bolt of lightning fired by Thor. The beam completely overpowered the bolt of lightning and soon hit the god of thunder, causing a massive explosion. As the smoke from the explosion dissipated, the Norse god could be seen chuckling, his armor dirty and damaged. Thor wiped some sweat on his forehead and dematerialized his hammer. Issei smiled and descended onto the ground, dematerializing his scale mail. Once again, I've been defeated by you, Issei, admitted Thor before fist bumping with Issei. You'll probably catch up someday, but for now, how about we get a drink? Suggested Issei, grins forming of both of their faces. An excellent idea, agreed Thor. Ah, this substance you always bring with you is truly delicious, cheered Thor as he drank what we humans know as coffee. Oh, you mean coffee? Inquired Issei as he drank some of Asgard's wine. Coffee. That's it. A drink for the gods indeed, said Thor as he then finished his cup of coffee. Another, demanded Thor as he slammed his cup into the ground, breaking it in the process. Issei's sweat dropped at the Norse god's display, but before any of the two could speak, the doors to the dining room burst open. Thor, are you breaking things again? Demanded a silver-haired woman with brilliant violet eyes, a curvy build and overall an extreme beauty. Thor paled at the sight of their strongest Valkyrie, Freya. Freya, I can explain, pleaded Thor as he felt Freya's aura grow wider. However, this soon changed as when Freya looked to the other side of the table Thor was on, sat Issei Hyodo, a man that not only she wanted to claim, but so did Hela and dozens of other Asgardian women. Issei Hyodo, blurted out Freya in shock before quickly kneeling down in front of him in respect. Thor sighed in relief as he then tried to sneak out, but Freya saw this and tied him up using some magical rope. Ah, how are you today, Freya? Greeted Issei with a smile that many women would die for. Freya could practically feel up an orgasm, but she had to appear strong in front of the powerful being, and the one she loved. I'm fine, Lord Issei. May I ask what you're doing in Valhalla? Not that I'm complaining, of course, asked Freya, clearing some things up. Issei chuckled at her display, while Thor merely sighed, struggling to set himself free of the rope. Oh, the usual, I was just training with Thor over there. replied Issei as he pointed over to Thor, who hesitantly smiled when Freya glared at him. I see, spoke Freya before turning back to Issei. Issei was about to ask Freya to free Thor, but a stopwatch he kept in his pocket suddenly rung, which meant that he had to go. I'm afraid I need to head off now, good luck with all of this, announced Issei as he prepared a magic circle to leave, much to Freya's sadness as she wanted to speak with him a bit more. Thank you. Hopefully I will come out unscratched. Thanked Thor, who thought that Issei was wishing him good luck. I was speaking to Freya. Deadpanned Issei as he then disappeared in the magic circle. As Issei disappeared, Freya turned to Thor with a murderous grin. Thor paled as he continued wagging around in an attempt to escape. Kuo***. Issei appeared through the magic circle somewhere in a forest. He looked around himself and found his old hometown not too far away from him. Issei took a deep breath and walked towards his hometown. It's been a few years, hasn't it? Inquired Issei with a small smile. He looked ahead as the sun shined on his skin. Quite a few indeed, agreed Chroma as he remembered the place quite well. It was the same place that his partner had awoken him, and the place where he became an aspect of death. I've been training for years, time to put it into serious work, declared Issei as he flexed his features and began heading towards his hometown. By serious work you mean, enroll to a school filled with devils? Inquired Chroma sarcastically. Issei groaned in frustration and put his head down on the table of the apartment he had rented thanks to the help of Great Red, the brother of Chroma. Shut up, exclaimed Issei as fake comedic tears began flowing out of his eyes. It's not my fault that Seraphal was able to convince me to enroll into that school so that I could keep watch over her sister, complained Issei. You just allowed her to convince you because you knew you'd get some later that night. Deadpanned Chroma, much to Issei's annoyance. Yeah, right. I get enough ladies as it is, argued Issei with a small perverted smile. Yes, and you wouldn't have such an enormous harem if it weren't for me, stated Chroma. And you wouldn't be able to reveal yourself to the world again if it weren't for me, stated Issei, earning a smirk from Chroma. Then I guess we wouldn't be complete without each other, said Chroma, getting a confused look from Issei. Don't tell me, blurted out Issei, much to the confusion of Chroma. What is it, partner? Asked Chroma cautiously. Dragons can become gay, shouted Issei in shock, and to add salt into the wound, the laughter of a certain bike maneuvering dragon god could be heard from the dimensional gap, which logically nobody should be able to hear, but Chroma can break some rules of reality. Oh, is Chroma turning gay? Certainly an unexpected development, spoke Shinigami out of nowhere. Issei was slightly startled, but he soon composed himself and turned to face his master. Shinigami-sama, how may I serve you? Asked Issei as he kneeled down in front of her, causing her to giggle cutely. She soon gestured for him to rise, which he did. I already told you to stop with the formalities years ago, but that's not what I came here to tell you, said Shinigami as she took a seat on the table. Issei nodded and looked at his master with a serious expression. I wanted to tell you, or more specifically, Chroma, that he won't be alone anymore in that curious head of yours, Issei informed Shinigami, much to the confusion of the Black Dragon Emperor. What exactly do you mean by that, Shinigami? Asked Chroma suspiciously. Shinigami responded by materializing a pair of hooks that gave off an aura of pure death and despair. What is that? Asked Issei, slightly baffled by the amount of death radiating from the pair of hooks. It almost matched his aura of death. Shinigami chanted a few words and soon the hooks disappeared. Issei could tell that his body was forced to absorb the essence of the hooks, essentially becoming a second sacred gear. Hooks of an ancient god of death, I bestow them to you, my cute aspect of death, replied Shinigami with a wide smile. Issei gulped and nodded, nervous that he technically had a god of death within him now. So does that mean he will be able to communicate with me, like Chroma? Asked Issei curiously. Shinigami nodded at this and Issei sighed after hearing her reply. Don't worry, he is still dormant, so you'll have time to prepare, reassured Shinigami. Issei nodded and crossed his arms in deep thought. Shinigami smiled and continued to watch her underling. When she had saved him, it didn't take long for him to officially become her representative in this planet. However, he wasn't the strongest. She still had incredibly powerful representatives out there in the wide universe. Shinigami remembered when Issei was introduced to one of her representatives that loved to destroy planets for fun. When he had been informed that his master had a representative in the planet Earth, he quickly pulled all of his forces and traveled to another galaxy to wreak havoc. Issei's presence alone had basically saved the planet from an alien invasion. Aspects of death were by far the strongest of Shinigami's forces, gods of death like Anubis and Morrigan not too far behind them. But when it came to reporting the most important information, the aspects of death were the ones Shinigami approached. Anyway, is there anything else you need from me? Asked Issei as he looked up and met Shinigami's gaze. She smiled and stared back at him. Actually, there is one thing I want, replied Shinigami pointing at Issei's crotch. Issei saw this and sighed as he began undressing. This was one of the reasons Shinigami's favorite was Issei. She normally had sexual intercourse with him, something she couldn't do with her other representatives, like one of her strongest aspects of death, Frieza, who didn't have any genitals. Time to have some fun, muttered Shinigami before pouncing on Issei with a lustful grin. The end. Yo. I am sorry for the delay. Truth is, this chapter should have been ready a month ago, but a few things have been getting in my way, but nevertheless the rewrite is here. Although this chapter may seem familiar, because it's basically the first few chapters of the original. Like I've said, not too many changes for the first arc. I did change a few things, as you can see, with Issei passing out instead of him utterly annihilating the fallen angels. Issei is still perverted, but he knows his limits. Next chapter will be from Tomoki Komeda's perspective, so if you liked Tomoki, then hooray for you. The original members of the Cataclysm will be making small cameo appearances here and there, but their true debut will be in the second arc. Many crossovers will be cut off in this rewrite, so no more Danganronpa characters, except Nagito, no more Overwatch characters, and all the other unnecessary filler. Hopefully this rewrite will fix this story which has been abandoned for months. And I hope you guys enjoy as well. Don't forget to fab and follow. Issei's ridiculous harem. Shinigami, Kurumi Tokisaki, Tiamat, Penemu, Seraphol Leviathan, Gabriel, Jean, Rainier, Calawarner, Gaia, Saphira, Venilana Grimori, Ravel Phoenix, Lady Phoenix, Rossweiss, Freya, Hela, Amaterasu, Kuroka, Graphia, etc. CH1 of 32 next. JL Chapter 3. Hey guys, this is the third chapter. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism, as it only helps me improve the story. Shout out to Howdon Lucifer for the respectful criticism. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Ability action. Chapter 3. Flashback 3 years ago. Nice to meet you. Issei Hyodo, said a man with crimson hair. You too. Searsex Lucifer, replied Issei. Tiamat wants me to teach you about the different types of magic we devils use. Asked Searsex. Apparently so, although I specifically want to learn how to use your power of destruction. I hear it's quite powerful, said Issei. This shocked Searsex. Nobody has ever approached Lucifer himself with such a carefree attitude and asked to learn how to use his power of destruction. Searsex was pleased by this and actually started to like the boy named Issei Hyodo, so he decided to teach him. Why not? Said Searsex. 1 year later. Issei and Searsex are currently on their private training arena. The Crimson Satan has been training Issei how to use his power of destruction and other types of magic Issei hasn't learned about. He also introduced Issei to Seraphol Leviathan, who then taught Issei how to master ice magic. He also supported their sudden relationship, which actually ended just recently. Issei unleashes a gigantic blast using the power of destruction. Searsex dodges and unleashes his own power of destruction. Both have complete control over their power of destruction and have the same level of expertise with their powers. Ha ha ha, seeing how powerful you've become, Issei, makes me happy. Just goes to show how great of a teacher I am. Searsex says jokingly. Hee hee, yeah, I guess that's true. Issei says as he unleashes even more attacks using his power of destruction. Hey, why don't you come over for dinner tonight? So you can meet my little sister. Says Searsex while dodging Issei's attacks. Boom. Asterisk. Searsex was hit by one of Issei's blast. Searsex counters by unleashing multiple attacks at once using his power of destruction. The multitude of attacks formed a dome-like figure which then kept shrinking until Issei couldn't move anymore inside. Darn, he's got me trapped, says Issei. Use me. The devil didn't mention not being able to use your sacred gear, suggests Chroma. Good idea. Balance break. Issei shouts. Ravaging dragon balance breaker. The sacred gear shouts. All right, time to get out of here. Issei says as he forms an orb of destructive energy. Eradicate. The sacred gear shouts as the orb is shot towards the dome made out of power of destruction. Asterisk sigh, that's not really fair, is it now, Issei-kun? Says Searzex. Hey, you never mentioned going balance breaker was against the rules, did you? Said Issei. Hey, you never change. Anyway, you never answered my question. Do you wanna come to dinner and meet my family? Searzex asks politely, hoping to be able to introduce his disciple to his family. Well, I'd be happy to meet your parents, but I don't think I can trust your sister, yet. Said Issei. Aw, shame, but at least my parents will know about you. Says Searzex, who is just happy that Issei will at least meet his parents. But hey, maybe someday I can meet your sister. Issei says. Hee, yeah, maybe you could go to her school and meet her. Searzex recommends. Flashback end. Quote. Nice to meet you. Says the girl who introduced herself as Rias Grimori. You too, I presume you already know who I am. Asks Issei. Indeed, you have become quite the celebrity here, Hyodo-kun. Says Rias. I apologize, I didn't mean to cause such a scene here, but I can't really do anything about my devilish looks. Issei says, making the devilish sound more obvious to the crimson-haired girl. Wait, could he possibly know? Thought Rias. Well, you are quite the looker, Hyodo-kun. Says Rias, to try and hide that she caught what he said. Ha, and you're pretty sexy yourself. Says Issei, which causes Rias to blush. Thank you, Hyodo-kun. Rias says, losing a bit of her composure. Please, call me Issei. Suggests Issei. Very well, Issei-kun. Says Rias. Well, I ought to be going somewhere, see you later, Rias-senpai. Says Issei while walking away. What an interesting boy, Rias thought to herself. Issei walks up to the roof of the school, he just embraces the view. But he also is sensing something he has been waiting for a very long time. You sense him too, Chroma? Asks Issei. Yeah, he's here, but it seems he hasn't awakened yet. Says Chroma. This disappoints Issei, but Issei can wait for a little longer. Damn, why can't he wake up already? Asks Issei. The battle will come soon. Ha, I can't wait. Issei says to himself. Best not to be too excited, partner. You're on par with Great Red, I doubt those two will give you much of a fight. Says Chroma. Yeah, but I'll hold back a lot if it comes to that. Says Issei, hopeful that these two he has been waiting for aren't too weak. Issei returns to his classroom and just waits until class ends so that he can return home. This is boring. Why won't the damn teacher get it over with? Thought Issei. Wait, Chroma, is that him? Issei asks. Let me check. Yes, that's him. I was right, he still hasn't awakened. Says Chroma. And as if on cue, the very same student that Chroma and Issei were talking about has been called by the teacher to recite. Mr. Komeda, kindly answer this for me. Says the teacher. I dunno the answer, ma'am. The student screams. Geez, is this really the guy? Asks Issei. That's him all right, I can see why he hasn't awakened. Says Chroma. Tomoki Komeda. No shouting in class. You're in detention for 2 hours. The teacher says. What? But why? Says the student, now revealed as Tomoki Komeda. Sit down, Komeda. Scolds the teacher. Okay, fine. Tomoki gives up trying to argue with the teacher. A few minutes later, class has ended and Issei can finally relax. He walks towards his apartment until he stops for a moment as he sees a recognizable face. It was Tomoki Komeda he was talking to. What he could definitely see was a fallen angel. She wasn't even hiding her aura. She is really underestimating Tomoki Komeda, although who wouldn't? So, you think he's gonna die? Asks Issei. Well, yes, but I can tell that the Grimori plans to resurrect the boy as her servant. Says Chroma. How can you tell? Asks Issei. Look to your left. Around those bushes, the Nekomata devil was sent by the Grimori girl to watch over this Tomoki Komeda. States Chroma. Oh, right, yeah, I can sense her. Kaneko, I think her name was. Issei wonders. Well, in any case, the fallen asked Komeda to a date. Although I could sense evil intent from her, she is definitely planning to kill him. Says Chroma. Well, I guess I'll let the fallen angel kill him. If Rias plans to turn him into a devil, so be it. It would actually speed up the process of his awakening. Says Issei. Tomoki and the fallen angel had parted ways, but Issei could see the evil smirk she had while she was walking away. Issei then continued to go to his apartment. The same apartment where he would finally see an old friend. Ah, that was a longer day than I thought. Issei says to himself. Oh. Well, you're about to have a longer one then. A familiar voice says. Wait. Is that you? Shinigami. Issei asks. He bingo. Of course you'd remember me, after all I was the one who blessed you with my powers and the first one to show you what a true woman looks like. Shinigami said. Ha ha ha, and what would you want from me now, Shinigami-chan? Issei asks. Nothing really, I just wanted to see how my cute aspect of death was doing. Shinigami says. I am doing good, thanks for asking. Said Issei. Asterisk giggle. How's Chroma doing? Shinigami asks. Before Issei could answer, Chroma tells her himself. I am doing quite fine, Shinigami. I presume the domain of death remains the same. Asks Chroma. Indeed it does, but Issei, one more thing before I go. Shinigami says. What is it? Issei asks. I want to give you these. Since you have been such a good representative, I decided you need a reward. Shinigami says as she hands two dark black hooks with tints of dark gray to Issei. Issei could feel the incredible power residing within these two hooks. The power of death present in these hooks was equal to his own. So meaning his powers of death have basically become twice as strong now. Are you sure I deserve this? Issei asks Shinigami nervously. Of course. After everything you've been through for me, you deserve these god-tier weapons. Shinigami says with no doubt present in her voice. Issei takes the two hooks and absorbs it into himself. Now he is able to summon these hooks just like the eradication gear. Although he didn't know what to call these, he asked Shinigami if they already have one. Do these hooks have a name? Issei asks. No. But I had thought of one in case you couldn't think of one. Shinigami says joyfully. Alright, what is it? Issei asks, anticipating the name of his new weapon. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Death's embrace. Shinigami shouts proudly. Quote dot 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 quote. Opening curly bracket dot 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 closing curly bracket. What do you think? Cool huh? Shinigami says. Quote dot dot dot. Yeah. Issei shouts happily. What a terrible name. Chroma thinks to himself, not wanting to ruin the moment. Issei and Shinigami had a few conversations that night and maybe even a little intercourse in there. Author's note. Lemons will be included if people want it to be added into the story. Tell me through a review or PM. Issei soon fell asleep after Shinigami left for some business on death or something like that. Issei was too tired to care. Issei's head. Hey partner, you awake? Asks Chroma. Yeah. What is it? Asks Issei. How about we try out those new hooks of yours? Suggests Chroma. Good idea. Agrees Issei. How do I summon these things? Asks Issei. I dunno, Shinigami never mentioned how. Perhaps you say the name of it. Suggests Chroma. Okay. Death's embrace. Issei tries to activate his new hooks but to no avail as he does not know how to activate the hooks. Wait. Partner, I feel another presence in here. Chroma warns. What? Another being in my head? Issei asks surprised. Be careful. Chroma says. There is no need to be afraid of me, Issei Hyodo and Ravaging Dragon. A new voice says. Who are you? Issei asks surprised as there is actually another being in his head. I am Death's Embrace. The end. That's chapter 3 done. Hope you guys enjoyed this chapter. Chapter 4 might be posted later as well. I have a lot of free time today, so I will be able to post a lot of chapters. But I'd say the most I can post today would be at least 1 to 3 more chapters. Oh, and can somebody guess who the being who still hasn't awakened is? It's not Death's Embrace, but I am guessing you guys already know as I gave him to my OC Tomoki Komeda. He will be a member of Rias Peerage. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal Leviathan, Cateriel Leviathan, Freya, Penamu, Amaterasu, Ophis, Yusaka, Kuno, Akano. Stay tuned for Chapter 4. Previous CH2 of 32 next. Just in. Community. Forum. More. Aspect of Death by Hydracell 2. Anime, High School DxD, Haisuku Ru D times D rated. M. English, Supernatural and Fantasy, H. Issei. Gene OC, 666 Trihexa. Words, 102k plus. Faves. 967. Follows. 915. Published. July 27, 2016. Updated. April 3, 2017. 297. Chapter 4. Hey guys, this is the 4th chapter. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism, as it only helps me improve the story. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Death's embrace speaking. Ability action. ... Chapter 4. ... Issei's head. I am Death's embrace. Says what looks to be a skeleton of a human being but with armor that looks like it's from an MMORPG. Author's note. He looks exactly like Ain's Ulgaun from Overlord wearing the world champion class armor, so just imagine that. Death's embrace. You mean? Issei was about to ask him something till Death's embrace cut him off. Yes, I am the weapon you received from Shinigami-sama. I was assigned to be your partner just like the ravaging dragon over there. Death's embrace says as he points to the giant black dragon with powerful orange eyes that scream pride. But unlike the lizard over there. Chroma growls after being called lizard. Cough dragon over there. I am not sealed in a vessel as I am the vessel itself. Says Death's embrace. Huh. Cool. Issei says. So mind telling us how Issei can summon you Death's embrace? Asks Chroma. Certainly. Oh, and I would prefer the name Oblivion. I am certain it would be quite troublesome if you had to keep calling Death's embrace. Such a horrible name that is. Oblivion says. I know, right? Agreed Chroma. Anyway, Oblivion, how do I summon you? Asks Issei. Simple. Just tell me when you want to use me, then I will form myself into the hooks you saw from earlier. You will be able to communicate to me just as you have been communicating with the ravaging dragon, explains Oblivion. Oh. I see, says Issei. You sound disappointed, partner, said Oblivion. No, it's just that because of you I've probably, most definitely become stronger, and that just makes it harder for me to find a good battle. Issei says while frowning. Geez, lighten up, Issei. You're gonna make the new guy hate being here. Said Chroma. Oh, shut up, Issei says before he woke up due to his alarm clock. 6:12 a.m. Yanga. Time for school. Issei says to himself. Ah yes, I have just recently learned that you attend school. Why would a being such as yourself require knowledge from pitiful humans? Asks Oblivion. Well, I am not going to school to learn. I am currently attending Kuo Academy because I believe many supernatural events will soon take place there, and I need a good fight. Explains Issei. Ah, I see. Thank you for informing me of this, partner, says Oblivion. Hey, I call him partner, argues Chroma. Well, it is only logical, is it not? I am also his partner as he is the wielder of me. Replies Oblivion. P.S. is shish, that hardly means you see. The connection was cut by Issei as he was getting slightly annoyed by their argument, and it was early in the morning. Issei then arrived at the gates of Kuo Academy. As he expected, the girls would be fawning over him, while the boys will be holding grudges against him. The usual. But Issei could sense something different. The boy Tomoki Komeda has become a devil. This, however, did not surprise Issei as he expected the death of the boy. It seems that he hasn't figured out that he has been turned into a devil, Issei thought. Rias Grimori certainly has a weird way of recruiting her servants, Issei thought to himself. The teacher had left the room as classes have ended. Issei was about to leave to go home until someone entered the classroom and made the girls squeal. Ah, it's Kiba. He is so handsome, said one of the girls. Please date me, Kiba, said another girl. PSSHHH, what's the pretty boy doing here? Thought Tomoki. Can we go on a date, Kiba? Asked a pink-haired girl. Haha, sorry, but I am on an errand right now, maybe next time. Replied Kiba. Hey, Tomoki Komeda, I am on an errand for Rias Grimori. Kiba told Tomoki. Huh, so you're the fetcher. Okay, lead the way, I guess. Tomoki replied. And just as Kiba and Tomoki exited the classroom, Kiba noticed Issei was already leaving the school, and he then remembered he was supposed to fetch Issei Hyodo too. Aw damn, I missed him. I guess I'll have to get him later. Thought Kiba. ORC clubroom. Here we are, you can sit down while we're waiting for Rias. Said Kiba. Okay. Replied Tomoki. Tomoki then notices somebody is in the shower. Holy crap. Is Rias taking a shower right now? Holy shit, dude. Tomoki then proceeded to have multiple images of Rias Grimori in his head. The shower then stopped, And soon after Rias Grimori stepped out of it with her clothes on. This disappointed Tomoki. But he really shouldn't expect hot women to show their bodies to you. I am sorry I took so long, it's just that I wasn't able to take a bath while I stayed at your place. Said Rias. No, it's fine. Your body is fine too. Thought Tomoki. My, what a cute little kahai we have here. Akano said seductively. Tomoki blushes from that. Hehe. Hi, my name is Akano Himahima. Said Akano. I am Tomoki Komeda. Pleased to meet you. Tomoki says nervously, as he is under the presence of the two most popular girls in the school. Oh, and by the way, Kiba, where is Issei? Rias asked. I apologize, but by the time I had gotten Tomoki, he had already exited the school. Explained Kiba. Ah, I see. Well, I'll talk to him another time. Said Rias. So Tomoki, I am guessing you're wondering why you're here right now. Asked Rias. Yeah, did I do something bad? Tomoki asked nervously. No, of course not, but Tomoki, I want to ask you something. Said Rias. Okay. Replied Tomoki. Do you believe in the supernatural? Asked Rias. I dunno. Yes. Tomoki replied, not sure what to answer. Well, in that case, this should be simple for you. We're devils and you are my servant. Explained Rias. Say what? Tomoki asked dumbfounded. Rias and the rest of her peerage suddenly released their wings, shocking Tomoki as the very same wings then appeared behind him. He couldn't believe it. He was no longer human. Issei's apartment. You sense that, partner? The boy has awakened his devil powers. Said Chroma. Yep. Hopefully, he will awaken as well. Replied Issei. I have been hearing a lot about the awakening of this person you speak of. I do not know much of him, but I can tell he is a dragon. Who is the dragon that you've been waiting for to awaken? Asked Oblivion. It's obvious really, the Red Dragon Emperor D-Drake. He is the one I am waiting for because unlike Albion, D-Drake got a bad host for this generation. Explained Issei. Partner, somebody is coming. Warned Chroma. A teleportation circle appeared on the floor of Issei's apartment. It revealed an extremely beautiful woman with curly blonde hair and a voluptuous figure. It was none other than the most beautiful and the most powerful woman in heaven, Gabriel. Gabriel, I didn't expect your visit today. Stated Issei. Well, I have a day off and I decided that I want to spend it with you. Gabriel said, her voice clearly having hints of lust which made her golden wings emit a dark aura for a second. Like I've said before, Gabriel, we can't do that. You would fall and I doubt Michael would like that, neither would I. Issei said. But there is a way. The secret chamber that Michael has designed for us. It allows an angel to have intercourse without falling. We could go there together. Gabriel said, clearly thirsty for Issei. Guys, what do I do? Asked Issei. I say you don't do it. What if the secret chamber were to malfunction? Then the seraph would fall immediately. Chroma's answer is no. The female specimen seems to love you a lot, Issei Hyodo, and she is incredibly beautiful. I say go tap it. Oblivion's answer is yes. Damn. What do I do? Issei asks. The end. That was chapter 4. I am sorry if it seemed shorter than the other chapters, but I no longer have a lot of free time for today. Please review or PM me for any suggestions on whether there should be a lemon with Gabriel or not. Thanks for reading. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal Leviathan, Kateriel Leviathan, Yusaka, Amaterasu, Freya, Hela, Tiamat, Penemu, Kuroka. This is pretty close to the final harem. I might not have any orc members fall in love with Issei for this story, but that could change in time. Chapter 5 in progress. First, previous ch3 of 32 next. Chapter 5. Hey guys, this is the 5th chapter. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism as it only helps me improve the story. Also, kittenly PM me or review for any suggestions for the story or characters. I will be accepting OCs from other anime. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Oblivion speaking. Ability action. ... Chapter 5. ... Damn. What do I do? Issei asks. Issei Hyodo. Shouts Oblivion. What? Shouts back Issei. Don't listen to this virgin lizard. Suggests Oblivion. Virgin lizard. Why you? I'll have you know I have taken countless female dragons. And all of them enjoyed it. And I doubt you've taken any females at all considering you're just a pair of hooks. Says Chroma angrily. PSHHH, whatever. Issei. You have an incredibly sexy woman throwing herself at you. And a literal angel at that. Billions of men would die to be in your situation right now. So pull down your stupid boxers and stop being such a pansy. Scolds Oblivion. Goo. Pansy. Thought Issei. I am not a pansy. Replies Issei. Oh really? Then prove it. Take the angel's virginity. Says Oblivion. Issei thinks deeply for a second. He notices Gabriel is still staring at him. Lustfully. Gah fine. Issei says. Ha ha ha. That's the spirit Issei Hyodo. Applauds Oblivion. I can't believe you're actually going through with this. Said Chroma. Gabriel. Shouts Issei. Why yes. Replies Gabriel surprised at the sudden enthusiasm. I'll do you. Says Issei nervously. Gabriel blushes but understood what he meant. She then proceeds to prepare a transportation circle for herself and Issei. Thank you. Let's head to the chamber. Gabriel said, very excited for her first time with Issei. Well, time to get laid. Issei says to himself. SECRET chamber, HEAVEN. Exclamation mark. Lemon incoming. When Issei arrived at the secret chamber that Michael had designed specifically for angels to be able to sin for a few hours, he saw what looked to be a normal room with a large bed and a door to a bathroom. He also saw what looked to be like heaven's version of a condom. This room is actually pretty nice. Thought Issei. But he then set his eyes on something nobody has ever seen. It was Gabriel and Archangel, naked. Whoa. We're starting already? Asked Issei as something from his body started to get hard. Yes, I've been waiting a long time for this Issei. Said Gabriel. As soon as Gabriel said that, Issei then proceeded to remove his clothes, and not so long after he was completely naked like the other individual in this room. Wow. It's so hard. Said Gabriel as she saw Issei's hard joystick. Since you basically forced me into this, I am not going easy on you, Gabriel. Said Issei as he got in front of Gabriel in the speed of sound. Issei then started to make out with Gabriel. He enjoyed it as Gabriel moaned as his tongue was familiarizing itself on Gabriel's mouth. Gabriel moaned as Issei started to suck on her nipples. Issei kept sucking on her nipples like a baby would its mother. Gabriel was incredibly flustered and horny. Issei, I want it in me. Gabriel begged. Alright. Replied Issei as he lifted one of her legs and with no mercy penetrated her with his long shaft. Oh yes. Yes. Right there. Right there. Moaned Gabriel as Issei was fucking her against the wall. Damn, she is tight. Thought Issei. As soon as Issei stopped, Gabriel then immediately started to suck his hard-throbbing member. Gabriel was moaning while sucking on his shaft, which turned Issei on more. Issei then grabbed Gabriel's head and pushed it deeper onto his joystick. Gabriel was now deep-throating Issei. Choking. Gabriel was already choking on Issei's member, so Issei decided to let her go for now. Gabriel was recovering from the deep throat. Had enough? Asked Issei. No. Replied Gabriel as she pushed him onto the bed and inserted his joystick into her wet pussy. This feels so good. Moaned Gabriel as she kept going up and down on Issei's dick. Moaned Gabriel as she was grinding her ass on his dick. Issei decided to go on the offensive and he inserted his cock into Gabriel's ass. Which in return made Gabriel moan very loudly. No, not there. Oh, yes. Moaned Gabriel. Issei continued to thrust very fast. It was making Gabriel feel so good, but she had her limits. Wait, Issei, I can't. Gabriel was trying to say she couldn't take it anymore, but unfortunately she had already passed out from being fucked too hard. Issei kept thrusting as he felt so good, not realizing his mate had passed out from feeling too good. Partner. Said Chroma, trying to get Issei's attention. This is hilarious. Said Oblivion while laughing. Shut up, you damn corpse. I am trying to get Issei's attention. Scolded Chroma. Wait. Corpse. Why you damn Liza, snapped back Oblivion only to be cut off again. Silence. Issei. You idiot. Screamed Chroma as he tried to get attention of the still thrusting Issei. What do you guys want? Can't you see I am busy here? Replied Issei. I hope you realize that the Seraph is already unconscious. Informed Chroma. Wait. What the hell? said Issei as he just now realized Gabriel really was unconscious. Lemon end. Asterisk. Oh oi Gabriel, you awake? Issei asked as he quickly put all of his clothes on. Quote. No reply was heard from the seraph. Asterisk sigh, I guess I was too hard on her. Said Issei. Hee. Hard. Said Oblivion. Really? Replied Issei. Shut up. Snapped Oblivion. Issei then put a blanket over Gabriel and he soon stepped out of the chamber and locked the room so no angel could see her naked in all of her glory. Issei? Asked a voice familiar to Issei. Oh hello Michael. Replied Issei as he saw an old friend. It's been a long time Issei. How are you? Asked Michael. Pretty good. I just had sex with your sister. Replied Issei, not caring at all about what Michael would think of his alone time with Gabriel. Ha ha ha. I didn't think you would agree to having intercourse with my sister. Said Michael. Well, I had to be convinced by my partner. Replied Issei. Oh, so Chroma put you up to it. I didn't think the great ravaging dragon had such a perverted side. I don't. Said Chroma out loud. But Issei said his partner convinced him, so I would assume that it was you Chroma. Stated Michael. Well, what he meant was me. I am his new partner Oblivion. The great overlord. Supreme being of death. And Lee Oblivion was gonna go on about his multiple names until Chroma cut him off once again. He's a new weapon Shinigami gifted Issei with. Said Chroma. Ah, I see. Congratulations on your new weapon Issei. Congratulated Michael. Oh, thanks. Said Issei with a carefree tone. Che. Damn virgin lizard, said Oblivion in Issei's head. Worthless corpse. Insulted Chroma. Ugly worm. Insulted Oblivion. Worm. You poo, said Chroma before the connection was cut by Issei. Well, I guess I'll be on my way Michael. Said Issei. Ah, okay. Actually Issei, could you do me a favor? Asked Michael, the leader of heaven. Okay, what is it? Asked Issei, hoping it wouldn't be too hard. There have been some reports of an abandoned church near the school you attend being used by other factions. The church may be abandoned, but it is still property of the heaven. Do you think you could scout it out and get rid of anybody that doesn't belong there? Explained Michael as he asked for the favor. Since it's near my apartment, I guess I could go check it out. Sure, I'll make a report for you. Said Issei, agreeing to do Michael his favor. Right. Thanks Issei. I can always rely on you. Praised Michael. It's nothing. Replied Issei as he teleported back to his apartment. Abandoned church. Asia. Shouted Tomoki as he saw her hanged up. Yes. I've been lusting after this power for years. Those miserable hearts are in the palm of my hand. Perfect. Ah. Said a fallen angel with a revealing outfit that only covers the important parts. Ha ha ha. I'll be beloved. I'll be the most powerful fallen angel there is. All of those pricks who screwed me over are going to regret it. Said Rainier with joy. Grr, I'll screw you. Shouted Tomoki as he along with Kiba and Kaneko fought the waves of exorcists that tried to stop Tomoki from getting to Asia. No you don't. Said an exorcist before he was killed by Kiba. Kiba. Kaneko. Thank you. Said Tomoki as he watched them fight the exorcists. Tomoki then headed for Asia. Who was still hanged up? Asia. Shouted Tomoki. Oh no. Said Tomoki as he saw Asia close up. You deserve an award for making it this far. Said Rainier as she let Asia free. Tomoki caught the falling Asia as she was let loose from her chains. It's me. Are you okay? Tomoki asks. Tomoki-san. You came. Said Asia as she was dying. Yeah, and we're not out yet, so stay with me. Said Tomoki. Okay. Replied Asia. Go ahead and take the girl, I got what I needed. Said Rainier as she looked at the two. You crazy bitch. Put her sacred gear back where you found it right now. Replied Tomoki. So tough. Sorry I had to betray my superiors to snag that little gem. Explained Rainier. But the good news is, you get to die together. Said Rainier. Tomoki. I am afraid they've got the upper hand. Shouted Kiba as he killed an exorcist. You know, I can't believe I ever wanted to be with you. Stated Tomoki. As if I couldn't tell you were a virgin the moment I saw you. Made my job a lot easier. You pansies will believe anything if you think you'll lose your versus card. Said Rainier. What was that about pansies? Issei thought as he just arrived at the abandoned church, he was scouting it from the outside using X-ray vision. I actually liked you. Or, Yuma. Replied Tomoki. Aw, sweetie, that was the point. I needed you to play superhero to my damsel in distress. Poor thing, you wanted to believe it so badly you never even caught on. I wish you could see your face, it makes the torture of spending so much time with you worth it. Said Rainier in a higher pitched voice which Issei assumed was the voice she used in their date. Why? Why even go that far? Why make me worry so much about that stupid date? Replied Tomoki. Ahahaha. Don't worry, that date was everything a girl could want. I was so bored the whole time I couldn't wait to kill you. Said Rainier. Ouch. That's gotta hurt the dude's pride. Thought Issei. Definitely, his balls probably grew smaller. Added Oblivion. That's kinda taking it too far. Replied Issei. What's wrong with you? Replied Tomoki. Yuma. Meaning evening day. I found it appropriate since my plan was to kill you at sunset. Mentioned Rainier. Now, let's talk inappropriate. First you refuse to die and then you replace me with some lonely nun slut. Added Rainier. Ugh, Tomoki-kun, I am hurt. Weren't we special? You're making me jealous. I bet you took her on one of your little boring dates too. Said Rainier. Asterisk giggle, but I guess for a nun like her a date with you is a hoot. Added the fallen angel. Oh Tomoki, how do you expect to get laid if you keep putting your victims to sleep? Ahahaha. Insulted Rainier. Shut up Raynare. Shouted Tomoki angrily. I love a man who takes control. Where was this when we were dating? You might have gotten some. Ahahaha. Said Rainier while getting ready to use a light spear. I may be a devil now, but this bitch is just evil. Thought Tomoki. Rainier then tried to kill Tomoki and Asia using the light spear he had formed, but Tomoki managed to dodge it. He then headed upstairs, but right before he was gonna exit he a few exorcists trying to get him. But Kiba and Kaneko stopped them. Kiba. Kaneko. Asked Tomoki. We got this, get out of here now. Hurry. Kaneko and I will keep them here, Kiba says as he fights off a bunch of exorcists. Run. We'll be fine, I promise. Promises Kiba. Come on. Go already. Added Kaneko. I can't. Replied Tomoki. You standing there isn't helping anyone. Go. Scolded Kiba. Thank you, my friends. I promise you when this is all over you'll never have to bail me out again. I promise you. Promises Tomoki. I am gonna get stronger and fight for myself next time. Added Tomoki. Che. He better get stronger. If this is all my rival has to offer he might as well die here right now. Thought Issei. Pretty harsh, don't you think, Issei? Asks Chroma. Nah. He is the Red Dragon Emperor. He needs to live up to the title. Hell, I defeated 6 fallen angels when I was 5. Replied Issei. True. Agreed Chroma. Hey look. It seems he is trying to ask forgiveness from God. Stated Oblivion. How foolish. He is a devil, does he still not know or what? Asks Issei sarcastically. A demon asking for forgiveness in church. What an insidious sense of humor. Said Rainier. Hey, at least she gets it. Thought Issei. How tacky is this? Some rabid knight did this to me on the way up here. Said Rainier. Where are Kiba and Kaneko? Asks Issei. Wonderful, huh? No matter the injury I heal instantly. A perfect gift for those of us who no longer have the benefit of divine protection, and now I'll never risk losing my rank in the underworld. O great Azazel and Shemhazai, I am ready to do your works, states Rainier. What does that matter? Asks Tomoki. Rainier stares at him. What does that have to do with Asia? She wasn't a threat, she didn't care about power. Asks Tomoki. Unfortunately for those with a sacred gear, this is their destiny. States Rainier coldly. Isn't that pure bullshit, wouldn't you say, Chroma? Asks Issei. Indeed, supreme beings such as ourselves can't even be imagined having such a pathetic future and destiny. The fallen one best watch her words or we might have to step in. Says Chroma. That is such bullshit. She never would have used it. She just wanted to live in peace. Says Tomoki. Out of the question. Replied Rainier. Why? Asks Tomoki angrily. Humans don't have the ability to survive in their world with the sacred gear, even if they choose to use the power for good. They'll be seen as different and would be tortured out of fear. Explained Rainier. There is some truth to that, I have to admit, but she really is making him think everything she is stating about the supernatural world is fact. It's kind of annoying. But I'll let it slide considering she killed that former nun with the small breasts. Thought Issei. You don't like the nun, I presume. Why is that? Asks Oblivion. Issei doesn't like people who are too pure and females who have small breasts. In this case, the former nun is both, so Issei most definitely dislikes her. Explains Chroma. Hey, I guess you really do know me, Chroma. Ha ha ha. Says Issei. Dragon boost. Shouts a familiar voice to Chroma. Hey, so it seems that his sacred gear has his voice as well. Said Chroma. What? Asks Oblivion, confused as to who Chroma is referring to. He means the sacred gear of Tomoki Komeda, the boosted gear. It holds the Welsh dragon Didraig, and apparently the gear has recordings of Didraig's voice like our eradication gear. Explains Issei. Hey look, he is actually able to stand up, states Chroma. How are you able to stand? This is impossible. That light should be burning you from the inside out. Shouts Rainier. Tell me how you're doing that. You don't have the power to temper light. You are nothing. Added Rainier. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't tickle. Even with this strength it feels like I am about to pass out. But I'll fight through it if it means I get to take you down. Says Tomoki with courage. Explosion. Shouts the boosted gear. What? How is this possible? His sacred gear shouldn't be this strong. It's just a double critical. Rainier says as she throws a light spear at Tomoki. The light spear is easily destroyed by Tomoki. After seeing how easily Tomoki deflected her light spear, she turns around and attempts an escape until. You won't get away, bitch. Shouts Tomoki. No. I have the supreme power. Says Rainier. Supreme power. I think she is referring to me. Thought Issei. This one is for Asia. Shouts Tomoki as he punches Rainier through the glass windows. Hee, look at you handling that on your own. Praises Kiba. Hee, thanks, what held you back? Asks Tomoki. I was instructed to stay back. Rias orders sorry. Explains Kiba. Seriously? Asks Tomoki. Seriously. Answers Rias. I believe in you. I knew you would defeat her. Explains Rias. You did. Asks Tomoki as he himself didn't believe he could actually defeat Rainier. HMPH. I'd say she has too much faith on her servants. If that wasn't the boosted gear, her pawn would have been killed. Thought Issei. I agree. Agreed Chroma. Did someone order this? Said Kaneko as she threw Rainier. You must be Rainier. Lovely entrance. Applauds Rias sarcastically. You udge. Rainier still damaged from Tomoki's attack. Hey guys, should I save the fallen one? Asks Issei. I am not even gonna answer this time. I'll leave it up to Oblivion, said Chroma. Well, if you want to. I mean, she could probably be your personal assistant or something like that. Oblivion answers. Alright, I'll think about it. Replied Issei. Why would the heiress of Grimoire dare such a thing? Asks Rainier. Well, since you asked, after Danesik attacked Issei, I discovered multiple fallen angels have plans to attack this town, explained Rias. HMPH, called it. Thought Issei. Normally I would have decided to stay out of it, but they seemed insistent on targeting my team. Added Rias. So you did it to defend me? Asks Tomoki. Oh well, look at you. I didn't see your sacred gear. Says Rias. Yeah, I dunno what happened. It just freaked out and turned red. Explained Tomoki. It's called a red dragon, which explains a lot actually. Replies Rias. Perhaps Didraig might actually awaken soon enough. Thought Issei, hoping he was right. What? Asks Rainier. The one Issei uses automatically doubles the owner's power every 10 seconds, allowing him to transcend both God and Satan at will. It's one of the 13 varieties of Longinus. The strongest level is called boosted gear. Explains Rias. So the sacred tool with the ability to destroy God is in the hands of a child. Thought Rainier. The one downfall is that it requires a decent amount of time to start due to its immense power. The only reason he defeated you was because you let your guard down. If you had learned your lesson earlier. Explained Rias. Tomoki, please. Came a familiar high voice. It was Yuma. This surprised the orc and Issei as he didn't think she would resort to something so cowardly. I am sorry. I know I said some mean things to you, but I had no choice. I had to fulfill my role as a fallen angel. Explained Yuma. Why Yuma? Said Tomoki. After resorting to something so cowardly, she would most definitely agree to become your maid if it saves her own life, said Chroma. You've toyed with my servant's emotions for the last time, be gone. Said Rias as she was getting ready to kill Rainier. There's my K. Better hurry up. Issei thought as he entered his balance breaker. Ravaging Dragon Balance Breaker, shouted the eradication gear, getting the attention of the Occult Research Club and Rainair. In barely a second, the Black Dragon Emperor was right in front of Rias Grimori, initially saving the fallen one behind him. What? Who are you? Asks Rias, surprised by the sudden appearance of the mystery fighter. I am the Black Dragon Emperor. I apologize for interrupting your business here, Ms. Grimori, but I am on an errand for the Archangel Michael. So I am afraid I'll be taking this girl with me. Issei answers, but in the disguise of Chroma's voice. What the hell? What is that thing? A dragon? Tomoki thought. The servants of Rias quickly stepped in front of her to protect their master. But this action by the orc did not faze Issei at all. His confidence is not misplaced though, as he could take on the entire devil faction. HMPH, I shall be going now, Issei said as he grabbed the fallen angel Rainair after he quickly knocked her out. Goodbye, Issei said as he was walking out the church, before he stopped in his tracks. Oh, and Tomoki Komeda, Issei called Tomoki. What do you want? Replied Tomoki. Get stronger, my rival, because at this rate both me and the White One could destroy you in less than a second. Said Issei before he completely vanished. Our rival. What does he mean? Asked Tomoki. I am not sure, Tomoki. But he took the fallen angel. I am sorry, apologized Rias. Oh, no, it's okay. Besides, she will probably have a worse punishment than the one you were gonna give. I mean, the guy said he was on an errand for an archangel, right? Replied Tomoki. That is true. If she is being brought to the angels, she is definitely gonna suffer for her crimes. Said Kiba. It's not that, it's because she still had the twilight healing when the Black Dragon Emperor took her, which means I can't revive Asia anymore. Explained Rias. What? You can revive her? Asked Tomoki. I was going to, but now I can't because I wasn't able to retrieve her sacred gear from Rainair. Replied Rias. What? Then let's get it back. We follow that black dragon or whatever and get the twilight healing from Rainair. Suggested Tomoki. I am sorry. We have no way of tracking him. Replied Rias. But. Tomoki was depressed. But don't worry. I'll ask my brother for assistance. He will help us track this Black Dragon Emperor. Trust me, Tomoki. We'll get Asia back. Encourages Rias. Thank you. Replied Tomoki. Heaven. And so that is what happened. Explained Issei. I see. So you have taken the leader of the rogue fallen angels under your wing? Asked Michael. Indeed. She will make a good maid. Think of her as my Graphia. Issei said jokingly. Ha. Very well. Thank you for your report, Issei. Said Michael. No problem. Well, I gotta go. See ya, Issei said. Farewell. Replied Michael. Oh, and tell Gabriel I had a good time. Said Issei before he disappeared in a transportation circle. Goo. Michael replied, surprised. Grigori. So, a bunch of rogue fallen angels near Kuo Academy were defeated, huh? Asked a man with golden bangs. Asked. Yes, sir. But apparently a supposed Black Dragon Emperor took the leader of the group and nobody has heard from her since. Replied a fallen angel soldier. Ahahaha. That Issei always makes things interesting. Said the man with golden bangs. Black Dragon Emperor. You've never told me I had another rival, Azazel. Asked a female voice. Ho. You're here, Valley. Well, I guess I expected the Vanishing to inform you instead of somebody like me. Replied the man revealed as Azazel. HMPH, so is it true, Albion? Do I really have another rival? Asked the female revealed as Valley. I'll say this much, the Black Dragon Emperor exists but nobody has ever been able to wield it, as the dragon sealed within it is much too powerful for any normal human to actually awaken the sacred gear. The dragon sealed within it is called the Ravaging Dragon. His strength was on par with Great Red himself. Of course it was natural as he was the brother of Great Red. Replied Albion, the White Dragon Emperor. Huh. So Azazel has somebody actually awakened this sacred gear? Asked Valley. Hey. Oh yeah, he has awakened all right. He awakened the Ravaging Dragon 12 years ago. I was actually training him a few years back. Replied Azazel. HMPH. And you've never told me about him? Said Valley. Meh. I forgot. Replied Azazel with a carefree tone. Che. Lazy bastard. Said Valley. Wait, Azazel, how old is the wielder of Chroma? Asked Albion. Oh, I think he's 17 right now. Replied Azazel. Hey. So he unlocked the sacred gear when he was 5 years old? Asked Valley. Yeah, answered Azazel. Unbelievable. How could the strongest sacred gear be unlocked by a 5-year-old boy? Asked Albion, surprised. Ha ha ha, how indeed. Came a familiar voice. Ho. I didn't expect you to come today, but I guess I should have expected it since you took in one of ours. Said Azazel. Azazel-sama. Said Rainier. So you were the one who betrayed me? Asked Azazel. Indeed she is, although I wanted to ask you if it's okay for me to make her my own maid. Said Issei. Maid. Said Rainier, surprised she was actually gonna become a maid. Unless Azazel stopped it. Surely he could beat this man named Issei, she thought. Meh. Sure, go for it. I wouldn't be able to beat you in a fight anyway. Replied Azazel. This shattered all of Rainier's hope of escaping becoming a maid. And no, I don't wanna become a maid. Thought Rainier. HMPH, you should be happy, Rainier. You're about to become the maid of the strongest being in the world. Many women would die to be you, even Penemu would. Said Azazel. Lady Penemu would die to be in my position. That can't be true, can it? Thought Rainier. Well, I'll be going now. Bye bye. Said Issei as he was about to leave. Are you just gonna ignore me, Black One? Asked Albion. So what if I am? What are you going to do about it, White One? Replied Chroma. The brown-haired boy with glowing light orange eyes stared directly into the silver-haired girl with shining silver eyes. A battle was about to commence. Oh boy, said Azazel. The end. I am not sure if this chapter is longer than the others, but I hope it is. Also, I have made Valley a female due to the recommendation of a reviewer. The first lemon has also been done, so I hope you guys enjoyed that part. PM me for any suggestions or leave a review. Bye cha. Chapter 6 will most likely be released tomorrow. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal Leviathan, Cateriel Leviathan, Graphia Lucifuge, Rainier, Freya, Penemu, Amaterasu, Yasaka, Revel Phoenix. That is the current harem. Some might be added later on, but this will be the official harem as of now. Oh, and both Oblivion and Chroma have at least one more form that I didn't reveal in the bio to prevent further spoilers in the story. First, previous ch4 of 32 next. Chapter 6. Hey guys, this is the 6th chapter. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism, as it only helps me improve the story. Also, kindly PM me or review for any suggestions for the story or characters. I will be accepting OCs from other anime. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Oblivion speaking. Ddrag Albion speaking. Ability action. ... Chapter 6. ... Oi. Don't fight in here, you'll destroy everything. If you wanna fight, go outside. Said Azazel with an annoyed tone. Valley-sama is the White Dragon Emperor. I almost forgot, but if Issei is the Black Dragon Emperor, then that means, thought Rainier. Issei Hyodo. You are my rival, are you not? Asked Valley. Indeed I am. Valley Lucifer. Replied Issei. This shocked Valley and Azazel, as not a lot of people knew who Valley truly was. So you know who I am. Then why have you never approached me before? Were you too afraid to battle your rival? Said Valley with a sarcastic tone. Ha ha ha. No, of course not. I was merely waiting for the Red One to awaken. And he actually just did. Replied Issei. Ddrag is awake. Took him long enough. Said Albion. His host has still yet to achieve balance breaker. That is what me and my host have been waiting for. My host wanted your host and Ddrag's host to be at your best to fight him. Replied Chroma. HMPH. I am already the strongest White Dragon Emperor in history. I am ready to fight you, said Valley. Ha ha ha. Very well. Since you're so eager, how about a sparring match? I won't be fighting you to the death unless the Red One is there as well. Replied Issei with an offer. Che. That's good enough for now, I suppose. Answered Valley. After you, said Issei. Balance break. Shouted Valley. Vanishing Dragon Balance Breaker. Shouted Divine Dividing. What do you think, my rival? Good enough for you? Asked Valley. Ha ha ha, very impressive. You're much more stronger than the Red One. You can definitely give me a good fight. Balance break. Complimented Issei. Ravaging Dragon Balance Breaker. Shouted the Eradication Gear. Without warning, Issei threw multiple punches at his rival. Valley got hit by a few, but he dodged most of the punches. Divide, said the sacred gear. Eradicate, shouted the eradication gear as Issei grew stronger. HMPH, so you can counter my divine dividing, said Valley. Eradicate, shouted the sacred gear. But I can definitely feel that you are holding back. I suggest you go all out, Valley, suggests Issei. Eradicate, shouted the sacred gear. I don't see a reason to not hold back, because you are as well, replied Valley. I have a good reason. What about you? Replied Issei. Massacre, shouted the eradication gear. Che, he's been charging up his power this whole time, thought Valley. He, I haven't used this attack in a very long time, said Issei. Damn, what type of attack is he gonna use? Thought Valley as she did not know how to dodge this attack. Go. Extinction call, shouted Issei. Extinction, shouted the sacred gear. A giant magic circle appeared on the floor as Issei activated his attack. Valley was confused as Issei's attack didn't do anything, only to be shocked as she looked down below. What the hell? Said Valley as she was soon engulfed inside the large magic circle which was emitting powerful plasma energy. As soon as the beam stopped, Valley's balance breaker broke and she fell to ground. But Issei caught her before she actually hit the ground. Azazel, however, was in tears, as his entire facility was pretty much broken. Here you go, Azazel, said Issei as he gave him Valley's unconscious body. Why'd you have to use that attack? Shouted Azazel. What do you mean? Asked Issei. You could have used your carnage slash. Why use the attack that decimates everything in the area? Replied Azazel. Oh, I guess it slipped my mind, said Issei. Asterisk sigh, whatever, I'll just fix it, replied Azazel. Alright, well, I'll be on my way, said Issei as he grabbed Rainier. Yeah, replied Azazel. Issei then teleported back to his apartment. Is this your apartment? Asked Rainier. Indeed it is, replied Issei. You can get out of that revealing outfit. There are some female clothes over there in that closet, said Issei. Oh, okay, replied Rainier as she went to get some clothes. That was pretty disappointing, don't you think? Asked Issei. Indeed it was. She was underestimating us. It resulted in her downfall, replied Chroma. Perhaps you should have held back a little more, suggested Oblivion. I will next time, replied Issei. I've changed, said Rainier. Oh, hey, you actually look pretty hot in those, complimented Issei. What? Said Rainier, blushing at Issei's compliment. She actually found Issei incredibly handsome, unlike that Tomoki boy. Hehe. Nothing. Anyway, do you know how to cook? Asks Issei. Yes, replied Rainier. Good, you'll be cooking tonight, said Issei. What? But why? Replied Rainier, clearly not in the mood to cook. Why? Well, I saved your life and now you will be my personal maid, got it? Replied Issei in a demanding tone. This made Rainier blush as she loved men who could take control. Why yes, Issei-sama, said Rainier. Maybe it won't be so bad becoming his maid, better than being dead, thought Rainier. ORC clubroom. Alright, I am contacting my brother now, said Rias. I hope Rias' brother can help us, said Tomoki. Rias' brother is the Crimson Satan, the current Lucifer. There aren't a lot of things he can't do. And there are even less things he wouldn't do for his little sister, replied Akano. Oh, okay, said Tomoki, surprised that Rias' brother is actually Lucifer. Asterisk on call. Brother, I need to talk to you, said Rias. Ah, Rias, what is it that you want to talk about? Asked Searzex. There is somebody who calls himself the Black Dragon Emperor here in my territory. And he interfered with my business, replied Rias. Quote. Be brother? Asked Rias. I'll be there in a second, Rias, said Searzex. What? You're coming here? Asked Rias, surprised. Call end. What did he say, Rias? Asked Kiba. He is coming here right now, replied Rias. Why? Asked Kaneko. I am not sure. The moment I said that someone who calls himself the Black Dragon Emperor was here, he said he was coming, explained Rias. A magic circle then appeared, revealing two people, one being Searzex Lucifer and the other being Graphia Lucifuge. Rias, what happened exactly? I want you to explain every detail of your encounter with the Black Dragon Emperor, asked Searzex seriously. Rias and Searzex sat down to talk, while the others were standing up. Well, you see, when I was about to kill the fallen angel that had tried to kill my pawn, he suddenly appeared out of nowhere and said that he was on an errand for Michael the Archangel. Explained Rias. And then, asked Searsex. He took the fallen angel and said to my pawn that he should get stronger, because both him and the white one could defeat him in less than a second. That is what he said. Added Rias. Very well. I don't see the problem, Rias. He was just on an errand. Said Searsex. No. But he took the fallen angel that had stolen the twilight healing from someone that I was going to resurrect into my bishop. Replied Rias. Rias, I only came here to make sure you didn't start a fight with the Black Dragon Emperor. He is an ally to us devils, and if we lost him we would be at a large disadvantage on a war with the angels and fallen angels. Explained Searsex. This made Rias feel a little guilty, for she could have cost the devils a great ally. Ha ha ha. But I am happy that he finally met you. Said Searsex happily. What? Asked Rias, not understanding what her brother meant. I've been trying to introduce him to you for a few years now, but it seems you have met him yourself. He didn't trust you back then because of your spoiled attitude. Explained Searsex. Grafia then proceeded to pull her husband's cheek. Ouch, that hurts Garapia at her roots. Said Searsex. You're getting too excited. He hasn't even revealed his true identity to Rias Sama yet. Said Grafia. Oh yeah. Damn. Replies Searsex. Well, I could reveal myself now if you want, said a voice that Searsex and Grafia recognize. Ha ha. Please do. Replies Searsex. Issei then steps out of the shadows, revealing who the Black Dragon Emperor truly is. Issei Hyodo. Said Rias, surprised at the reveal of who the Black Dragon Emperor is. Yo. Greets Issei. The pretty boy is the Black Dragon Emperor. Shouts Tomoki. Hey. I never expected this. Said Kiba. Era. Said Akano. Kaneko just kept eating her cookies. Hello Issei. How have you been? Asks Searsex. Good actually. Got myself a new maid. She's like my Grafia, ha ha ha. Replies Issei. Ho. Don't suddenly start copying my style, Issei, ah ha ha. Says Searsex. Well, I'll introduce her to you. You can come out now. Said Issei. Hi. Said a female voice that was familiar to the orc. No way. Said Tomoki, surprised. Greetings Lucifer Sama. Greeted Rainier. Ah. So this is the fallen angel that caused trouble with my little sister. Said Searsex. The orc were getting ready to fight. Before Issei said something that caused them to have fear. Kindly stand down please, she is now my maid and therefore under my protection. Warns Issei. They weren't listening. Rias. Stand down now, ordered Searsex. Oh okay. Rias obeyed. Anyway, while you're here, do you wanna hang out? Asks Issei. This surprised the orc as nobody just asks Lucifer himself to hang out. Haha. I am afraid I can't. I have a lot of business to attend to. Maybe next time Issei. Replies Searsex. Ah. Shame. But Grafia, can I ask you for a favor? Asks Issei. Said Grafia. Can you teach my maid over here how to properly be a maid? I am not experienced at that kind of stuff, so. Said Issei. Very well. Come fallen angel, I'll teach you how to properly serve Issei Sama. Signaled Grafia for Rainier to come. Oh okay. Replied Rainier. Well, see ya soon Issei. Said Searsex. See ya. Replied Issei. ... Silence filled the room as the orc didn't know what to say to the Black Dragon Emperor. And since it was getting pretty late, Issei prepared a transportation circle for himself. Well, I am sure you have a lot of questions. So if you desire it, I could visit your clubroom tomorrow to answer your questions. Asked Issei. That would be appreciated. Replied Rias, happy that she can sort this out without fighting. Next day. ORC clubroom. Alright, everybody is here. Said Rias. Rias Sama, do you want me to explain? Asked Grafia. No, I shall be the one to, said Rias, before getting cut off by a magic circle with flames bursting out of it. Ah, it's been a while since Riser has visited the human world. Said the man called Riser. The end. This chapter probably isn't as long as the last one, but I hope it will suffice. The next chapter will be up soon, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. Also kindly PM me or review for any suggestions on whether I should bring Asia back or not. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphol Leviathan, Cateriel Leviathan, Ravel Phoenix, Freya, Rainier, Penemu, Amaterasu, Yusaka, Tiamat, Ubeluna possible. Tomoki's harem. Kaneko, Asia if she will be revived. Stay tuned for Chapter 7. First previous ch5 of 32 next. Chapter 7. Hey guys, this is the 7th chapter. Thanks for the support guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism as it only helps me improve the story. Also kindly PM me or review for any suggestions for the story or characters. I will be accepting OCs from other anime to the power of 9. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Oblivion speaking. Dedrag Albion speaking. Ability action. Chapter 7. Flashback last night. Tomoki's room. What a long night. Said Tomoki. I just hope we can sort things out with that pretty boy so we can get Asia back. Said Tomoki to himself. Well, I guess I should get some rest now. Thought Tomoki as he fell asleep. Tomoki's dream. Damn it. Ain't no way bro. Shouted Tomoki's friend. This has to be some kind of mistake. Shouted another one of Tomoki's perverted duo friends. Guys. Why are you crying? Asked Tomoki. Huh. What the huh? Shouted Tomoki in surprise, as he was in a suit. It's your wedding day. Said a friend of Tomoki while he was still crying. What? Wedding? Shouted Tomoki surprised. I hope our first grandchild is a girl. Said Tomoki's mother while crying. Most of your life you've been an idiot. We never imagined that one day we'd actually be proud of you. Said Tomoki's father. Hey come on. Shouted Tomoki. No more looking at other girls Tomoki. Said Rias. Huh, it's you. Asked Tomoki. Rias. You're like Sue fetched, Sue gorgeous. Said a few girls. I still can't believe you're marrying the twisted sicko loser. Said another girl. Are they serious? I am marrying her. Thought Tomoki. When the hell did all this get decided? Thought Tomoki as he asked himself. Although, I gotta say if I am gonna marry anyone, I could definitely do worse. And plus before getting hitched that means we'll be making babies. And normally that starts on the wedding night. Thought Tomoki as he imagined Rias naked. You may now kiss the bride, said the priest. Are you serious? I get to kiss her. Thought Tomoki. This is where your wet dream ends you little pervert. Said a deep dominating voice. Hey, I've heard that voice before. Said Tomoki. A giant eye filled with red opens in front of Tomoki. You have. After all, I am inside you. Said the voice. What? Asked Tomoki. Why ask me questions when you know the answer? Said the voice as flames bursted out of nowhere and the voice took the form of a giant red dragon. I've been speaking to you for a long time, perhaps my voice never reached you because you've been too weak to hear me. Said the dragon. You're not making any sense voice in my head. Said Tomoki. I merely wanted to say hello to my partner, the one I shall be fighting alongside from this moment forth, said the dragon. Partner. I still don't know who you are. Said Tomoki. Quit being dramatic. You know exactly who I am. Said the dragon as the boosted gear began to form on Tomoki's arm and he began to scream in pain. Ah! Shouted Tomoki as his sacred gear formed on his arm. Flashback end. I've come all this way to see you, my beloved Rias. Said Riser Phoenix. Okay, who is this douche? Asked Tomoki. This gentleman is Riser Phoenix, he is a pure-blooded devil of noble birth. Third heir to the house of Phoenix. Explains Graphia. And that means what? Asks Tomoki. He is also the fiancé to the next head of the house of Grimoire. Added Graphia. Fiancé to what? You're joking right? Asked Tomoki. I am not. Lady Rias has been engaged to Riser for quite some time now. Explained Graphia. They're getting married. Said Tomoki surprised. A few moments later. Asterisk. Lovely. The tea prepared by my Rias queen is delicious. Complimented Riser. Thank you for the compliment, sir. Replied Akano. What a fucking asshole. No way twat face is gonna marry Rias. Thought Tomoki. Riser continued to caress Rias' body. Until she stood up. That's enough Riser. Let it go already. Why don't you understand? I have no intention of marrying you. Said Rias. But my darling Rias, Riser believes that your family's circumstances are still such that you cannot afford to be so selfish. Replied Riser. I will not bring my family to ruin. I have no intention of denying you your right to our name. However, my husband will be my choice. Stated Rias. Remember, it's imperative for devils to stay pure-blooded. We're still recovering our numbers from the last war. Both your father and Sirzex decided on this arrangement with the future of devils in mind. Explained Riser. My father, my brother and my whole clan made this decision because they're in too great a rush. So for the final time, Riser, I will not marry you. Said Rias. Riser stands up and grabs Rias' chin. And for the final time, Riser bears the reputation of the House of Phoenix. Disgracing our great name is unacceptable. Riser says threateningly. Hey, shouted Tomoki. Riser doesn't care if he has to incinerate everyone in this room. You will return to the underworld with me. Demands Riser. Both Riser and Rias were getting ready to fight, until Graphia interrupted. There is no need for incineration. My lady Rias, Lord Riser. As you know, I am here by order of Sirzex, which means there will be no disruption of peace. States Graphia. When told such an ominous thing by who is known as the ultimate queen, even Riser can become somewhat fearful. Replies Riser. My master anticipated there would be a conflict of some sort. As such, he has assigned me a last resort should communication break down. Explained Graphia. Yes, of course he did. Would you care to be a little more specific? Asks Rias. If my lady insists on putting her personal preferences above those of her family, she is to settle this via a rating game with Lord Riser. Explains Graphia. Wait, what's a rating game? Asked Tomoki. It's a game noble devils play with each other. Long story short, they and their servants compete in a battle to determine who wins. Explained Kiba. Like the chess thing? Asked Tomoki. Exactly. It's the reason we have individual powers inspired by what we call evil pieces, in order to play the rating game. Explained Akano. Okay, that's good to know. Replied Tomoki. Hey, Riser has competed in numerous rating games and has scored several wins for himself. Unfortunately for my inexperienced bride, she has never even qualified for an official rating game. Said Riser. He knows only mature devils are allowed to participate, so it's not as if she has had much opportunity. States Akano. Wait, so you're saying we're at a disadvantage? Asked Tomoki. We've got more to worry about than that. Added Kaneko. Rias, I have to ask. Is this adorable group the extent of your servants? Are they all you have? Asks Riser. And so what if they are? Replied Rias. Ha ha ha. Laughed Riser as he summoned his peerage. Riser has 15 pieces, in other words. I have a complete set. Said Riser. 15. And they're all hot as hell. Damn it. Tomoki hates him so much. Said Tomoki. Why can't I be this guy? Shouted Tomoki as he started crying. My dear, why is your servant looking at me and weeping uncontrollably? Asked Riser. Because his dream is to have a harem. Replied Rias. Ew, what a total barbarian. Said a blonde girl, also known as Revel Phoenix. Ah ha ha. Oh, is that so? Ubeluna. Called Riser. Yes, my lord. Answered Ubeluna. They then started to make out in front of everybody. Making Rias enraged and Tomoki jealous. Damn. Said Tomoki. No matter how long you live, you'll never have what I do. Boasted Riser. You're just a lower class devil. Added Riser. Shut up. Once I stop sucking at this devil shit, I'll get all the ladies I want, you stupid phoenix breath, or should I say penix breath. Replied Tomoki. How dare you? It would be best if you remember your place when you speak to me. Said Riser. Screw you. The only person in this room I need to impress is Rias. I don't give a shit what you think about of me. Replied Tomoki. Tomoki. Thought Rias. We don't need to play some damn game. I'll kick your ass right here, right now. Shouted Tomoki. Che. Mira. Called Riser. The blue-haired female then charged at Tomoki. What's she supposed to do? She's tiny. Mocked Tomoki. The girl named Mira then hit Tomoki's stomach with her staff and threw him up to the ceiling. Tomoki. Said Rias as she checked on him. I am here. Please talk to me, are you alright? Asked Rias concerned. I am good. Yeah, don't worry about me. Said Tomoki, before passing out. Ha. Imagine the wielder of the boosted gear being so pathetic and weak. What a tragedy for you, darling. Mocked Riser. Graphia. Tell my brother I agree to the rating game. Said Rias. Ha 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 ha. Laughed Riser mockingly. I will inform him immediately. Replied Graphia. Riser. Believe me when I say we will annihilate you. Threatened Rias. I look forward to it, dear. Ah ha 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 ha. Said Riser before teleporting out of the human world. A few minutes later. Asterisk. All of the orc are in the room, still processing what had just happened. Tomoki was pissed off while the rest were thinking of what to do now. They were given 10 days to train for the rating game. However, everybody's thoughts were interrupted by somebody knocking on the door. Knock knock. Oh. Come in. Said Rias. The one who came in was Issei Hyodo. He noticed the sad looks on most of the orc. HMPH. Guess I came in at a bad time. Said Issei. Yeah no shit Sherlock. Shouted Tomoki. Che. Shout at me again and you'll be eradicated. Warned Issei. Quote. Better. Said Issei. So, should I come in at another time or? Asked Issei. And no, we can talk about it now. Replied Rias. Very well. Said Issei, as he took a seat. Go ahead, ask me anything. Said Issei, while smiling. Okay, let's start with your sacred gear, can you show it to us? Asked Rias. Huh, easy. Replied Issei while summoning his eradication gear. Eradicate. Shouted the sacred gear. Whoa. Said Tomoki as it almost looked like his boosted gear except on his right arm and black. Chroma. You found a host. Said a voice from Tomoki's left arm. This shocked everyone except Issei as the dragon in the boosted gear finally decided to speak. So you're finally awake, Red One. Took you long enough. Said Chroma. Sadidrag is awake, huh? So Tomoki, did you unlock your balance breaker yet? Asked Issei. What's a balance breaker? Asked Tomoki. A forbidden move that a few sacred gears possess. It is an incredibly powerful move and only the best can unlock the balance breaker. Explained Kiba. Oh. Replied Tomoki. Anyway, any other questions? Asked Issei. How do you know my brother? Asked Rias. The Chaos Karma Dragon introduced me to him. We became friends as he trained me to master the power of destruction. Answered Issei. You've mastered the power of destruction? Asked Rias, surprised as not even she has come close to mastering her power of destruction. Indeed I have. I am equal to Sirzex in terms of using the power of destruction. Answered Issei. Hey, I have a question. Said Tomoki. Asked Issei. Can you give back the twilight healing of my friend? Please. We need her back. Begged Tomoki. Ha 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 ha. I am afraid I can't do that. It belongs to my maid now. Replied Issei. You bastard. That belongs to. Said Tomoki, before being cut off by Rias. Tomoki. Enough. Shouted Rias. Hi. Replied Tomoki. Well, enough about me. Let's talk about why there is such a depressing mood in this room. Did something happen? Asked Issei. A magic circle appeared as Issei asked that. Graphia. You're back. Said Rias. Indeed, my lady. Sirzex has acknowledged the rating game. Replied Graphia. Hello, Graphia. Greeted Issei. Oh. Issei, greetings. May I ask why you're here? Asked Graphia. Well, Rias was supposed to ask me a bunch of questions, however, it seems she wasn't really able to ask any valid or exciting ones considering the depressing mood I can sense here. Do you mind explaining what has gone down here, Graphia? Asked Issei. Certainly. Replied Graphia. An entire explanation later. Asterisk. So Riser Phoenix, huh? The brat's cocky behavior never goes away. Said Issei. Issei. You know Riser? Asked Rias. Indeed. I was having a nice chat with Ravel in the house of Phoenix Castle until he challenged me to a battle. Explained Issei. Who won? Asked Rias. Issei, of course. The battle didn't even last 5 seconds. Answered Graphia. Damn, after all that twat face did, this pretty boy beat him in less than 5 seconds. How strong is he? Thought Tomoki. No need for flattery, Graphia. I've already been inside of you. Teased Issei. Issei-sama. Please don't talk about that in front of anyone else. Replied Graphia, while blushing. Well, I'll let you guys sort this out. Goodbye, said Issei, before he disappeared. I shall also be going. Good luck, Lady Rias. Said Graphia before leaving. Asterisk sigh. Alright, everybody cheer up. We're gonna train and then beat Riser in that rating game. Said Rias with enthusiasm. Right, said the orc members. Dot dot dot. 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 HMPH, so that's my rival, huh? Said a girl with silver hair. Indeed, Chroma was right. Dedrag's host is weak. Said Albion. Well, I guess we can give him some time to get stronger. Added Valley. She then started to walk away. Get stronger, my rival, thought Valley. The underworld. So, you want me to join your little group? Asked Issei. Yes, it would mean the world to me if you join us. With you here we would have our victory assured. Replied a tall bespectacled woman with a voluptuous figure and tan skin with long brown hair tied into a bun with a headset. Give me some time to decide. Is that okay, Kateria? Asked Issei. Of course. Please do. Replied Kateria. Issei's apartment. So, should I join them? Asked Issei. Well, if you want to, sure. I mean, they do sound fun. I mean, they're basically gonna fight the entire world. That sounds fun, said Oblivion. It's up to you, partner. Added Chroma. Issei thought. The end. That's it for now. This chapter was slightly boring in my opinion, but I hope it's just me. PM me a review for suggestions on whether Issei should join the Chaos Brigade. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal Leviathan, Kateria Leviathan, Freya, Rainier, Graphia Lucifuge, Rebel Phoenix, Valley Lucifer, Penemu, Yusaka, Amaterasu, Tiamat, Ubeluna, Lady Phoenix, possible, Venilana Grimori, possible, Kuroka. Tomoki's harem. Kaneko, Asia, Rias. Stay tuned for Chapter 8. First, previous ch6 of 32 next. Chapter 9. Hey guys, this is the 9th chapter. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism as it only helps me improve the story. Also kindly PM me a review for any suggestions for the story or characters. I will be accepting OCs from other anime. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Oblivion speaking. Dedrag, Albion speaking. Ability action. Chapter 9. K. Kiba. Said Tomoki softly. Ha ha ha. You should just resign, my darling. You only have your pawn left while I've got my queen still. Said Riser mockingly. Where is Akano? Wasn't she dealing with Riser's queen? Thought Tomoki. It seems you were too busy trying to eliminate Lady Ravel to even notice that you had lost your queen. Said Ubeluna. As Ubeluna was saying that Tomoki was headed towards the enemy base. How rude, said Ubeluna. As Tomoki was inside the enemy base, he promoted himself to a queen. Alright. Promotion to queen, said Tomoki. Just a little further. I swear if it's the last thing I do, I'll make sure Rias Grimori wins. Thought Tomoki. Rias. I am here, shouted Tomoki. Tomoki. You're alright, replied Rias. I can take care of the pawn boy, if you would like. Asked Ubeluna. Do not. Riser would prefer to take them all on. Replied Riser. Don't get ahead of yourself, you'll have to get through me before you get to him. Said Rias before she used her power of destruction. Her power of destruction was able to disintegrate one of Riser's arms. Ha ha ha. Resign already, Rias. Riser knows you better than you think. Checkmate, my darling. Said Riser. You know nothing if you think I'll give up. Try as you might, you will not intimidate me. I am a king and I am ready for war. Replied Rias with determination. You leave me no choice then, do it. Said Riser. Gladly, sir. Replied Ubeluna as she flew up. This is our last stand. I need to win for Rias. Thought Tomoki before he was attacked by Ubeluna. Tomoki was hit by an explosion from the bomb queen. Damn you, Riser! Shouted Rias. Tomoki was still standing as it was revealed after the smoke disappeared. Are you okay? Asked Rias. I am good, replied Tomoki. I apologize, I didn't expect the boy to take that attack so well. Apologized Ubeluna. Perfectly fine, it was the queen's defensive strength. His promotion saved him, explained Riser. Alright, can we start beating him down now? Asked Tomoki. Yeah, replied Rias. I may not know much about putting someone in check or anticipating their next move, but I am stronger than ever and I won't stop fighting. Said Tomoki with determination. I couldn't have said it better myself. Said Rias. Why don't we take him out together? Asked Rias. Hell yeah, I am in. Replied Tomoki. Sit tight, Asia. We have a game to win. After that I swear I'll get your sacred gear back even if I have to beat that pretty boy's ass. Thought Tomoki. Dragon boost, said Tomoki. Boost, shouted the boosted gear. One more time, shouted Tomoki as he charged at Riser. Boost, shouted it again. Again. Dragon boost, shouted Tomoki before something unexpected happened. Reset, said the boosted gear as Tomoki fell off the roof. Hey, said Yubeluna. Commentator's room. HMPH, he ran out of magical power. Said Issei. It's disappointing really, to think he is one of my rivals. Added Issei. Come on Issei, don't be so harsh, the boy has just recently unlocked the boosted gear. Said Searsex. True, but I unlocked my balance breaker when I was 5 years old, and barely 10 minutes after I unlocked the eradication gear. Replied Issei. Well, I am afraid not everybody can be perfect like you. Said Venelana Grimori. Who said I was perfect? Asked Issei. Your body, Yufufufu, replied Venelana Grimori. What? Said both Searsex, Issei and Lord Grimori. Did I say something weird? Asked Venelana. Yufufufufu, how surprising. Said Lady Phoenix. Battle arena. You'll see. Because, I will never give up on her. Said Tomoki, as Riser was beating his ass. I can't. It's too much. Said Rias. Now I am pissed. You're just a pathetic lowly servant, you don't even have the right to challenge Riser Phoenix. Explained Riser. Riser. What do you think you're doing? Asked Rias. I am sending this loser to hell, where he belongs. Replied Riser. No amount of healing will save this boy when Riser's done. Any deaths that occur during a raiding game are considered accidents anyway. Added Riser. Tomoki just stared at Riser with hate and disgust. Goo. Bastard. Die. Shouted Riser. Tomoki. Riser, please stop, let him go. Screamed Rias. Tomoki gasped in shock as Rias was grabbing Riser. I resign, okay. I resign, please just let him go. Said Rias. Checkmate. Riser wins again. Said Riser. Rias. Why? Asked Tomoki. Lady Rias' resignation is recognized, Lord Riser Phoenix is the winner of the game. Announced Graphia. Time skip, engagement day. Rias. Whispered Tomoki. A magic circle appeared, revealing Graphia. I am surprised you're awake. Said Graphia. Ms. Graphia. What the hell happened? How did I get here? Asked Tomoki. The battle ended shortly after Lady Rias surrendered. Explained Graphia. We lost. Asked Tomoki. I am afraid so. Lord Riser was declared the victor. Replied Graphia. No way. Are you sure? Asked Tomoki once more. Yes. Answered Graphia. But how? There's no way Rias would just give up like that. She'd keep fighting no matter what. Said Tomoki. Lord Riser was going to kill you. She did it to save your life. Said Graphia. The game. It's all a big blur. Said Tomoki. You didn't give up. Every time he knocked you down you got right back up. Said Graphia. It's me. She did it because of me. It's my fault. I tried so hard to beat him but I wasn't strong enough. I failed and now Rias might be Riser's forever. Said Tomoki. Wait. Where's everyone from my team? Asked Tomoki. Lady Rias wanted the rest of her peerage in the underworld with her for what comes next. Explained Graphia. Underworld? Asked Tomoki. Yes. The engagement party will be starting soon. Replied Graphia. No. I am sorry Rias. I failed. I could have worked harder but it's too late. I am weak, so pathetic, she deserved better than me. Said Tomoki. Listen Tomoki, it's not your fault. Rias is abiding by the decisions of the Grimori household. Sadly the outcome of the battle was the way it was always meant to be. Explained Graphia. Even so, the thought of it. It makes me sick. I can't just sit here and watch Rias suffer. She shouldn't be forced to live a life she doesn't want to live. Said Tomoki. I can't let that bastard take her. Added Tomoki. Yufufufu, you really are a fascinating boy Tomoki. You're an open book and a gentle soul to be sure. I've met a lot of devils over the years but never one quite like you. When your mind is made up nothing can slow you down. And I am not the only one that thinks so. Searsex feels the exact same way. Said Graphia as she gave him a flyer. Huh, what's that? Asked Tomoki. This can transport you to the engagement party, explained Graphia. Are you telling me I should go there and stop them? Asked Tomoki. Searsex gave me an important message for you. If you want my sister back, Tomoki, you'd better be prepared to fight. Said Graphia. Yeah, replied Tomoki as he took the flyer. Remember his warning, Tomoki. If you decide to stage a rescue attempt, it's your only option. Said Graphia as she transported back to the party. Huh, I guess there's only one thing to do then. Said Tomoki. I have to try and rescue Rias. Added Tomoki. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Hey, you can hear me right? Are you there? I need a word with you. Come on, show yourself, dragon. Said Tomoki. I am here. What is it you ask of me? Asked D-Drake. You and me need to make a deal. Replied Tomoki. Engagement party dressing room. This is an engagement party. So why the hell am I in a wedding dress? Asked Rias. Because Riser wanted it. Replied Riser as he entered the dressing room. No, Lord Riser, men aren't allowed in here. Stated a maid. Just a word with his lady and Riser will be out momentarily. Replied Riser. Look at that dress. You really are a beautiful bride, my love. Complimented Riser. I am not a bride yet. Sorry to disappoint you. So what's with the dress? Asked Rias. What's with the dress? I just wanted to make a good impression on our esteemed guests, my dear. After all, we need to demonstrate to the world that our two houses have joined together, right? Ha 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 ha. Explained Riser. And don't worry, you'll have a dress even more stunning when the time comes. Lord Riser's bride will be adorned in a gown made of flaming feathers. It's only fitting for a lady of the House of Phoenix. Added Riser as he left the dressing room. A dress made of flaming feathers. I think I'd be better off killing myself. Said Rias. Lady Rias, it's time. Said one of the maids. Engagement hall. Multiple guests have arrived, chatting while peaceful music is being played by musicians. Yufufufu, my incredibly talented brother won himself a bride by demolishing the grimoires. Said Ravel boastfully. Of course, I had no doubt he would win the fight from the beginning. But he had to keep it close so it wasn't a complete bore. Ha ha ha. Added Ravel. She's delightful. Said Kiba. Yes, the girl's got quite a mouth on her, doesn't she? Added Sona. Sona Whatsup. Greeted Kiba. The outcome was withstanding. I thought it was a good match. Although I wouldn't have complained if the outcome was a bit different. Said Sona. Thanks for the support, but I promise this thing isn't even close to being over. Replied Akano. We'll get another shot at them, I am sure. Only next time we'll be ready for their tricks. Added Kiba. Yeah, screw those D-bags, said Kaneko. Riser arrived. Greetings, renowned devils of the underworld. On behalf of House Phoenix, Riser would like to thank each and every one of you for coming today. This is an historic moment for the world of devils, and I want our dear guests to be the first to know. Two great dynasties are about to become one. Lord Riser the distinguished House of Phoenix shall wed Lady Rias of the illustrious House of Grimoire. And now I present to you my bride. Rias Grimoire, announced Riser. A guard was then attacked as the door to the hall was opened violently. Ah! Screamed a guard. Tomoki! Shouted Rias. Rias! Shouted Tomoki. Who do you think you are, boy? Asked Riser. I am Tomoki Komeda, and I am here to bring Rias Grimoire back where she belongs. No one is gonna take anything from her that she doesn't wanna give. Said Tomoki. How dare you? Replied Riser. Seriously, is this guy mental? Asked Ravel. Seize him. Ordered Riser. The guards surrounded Tomoki. Guess that's RK to get involved. What do you say, guys? Asked Akano. Yep. Replied Kiba. Let's do this. Added Kaneko. They then attacked the guards. We're here, Tomoki. We got your back all the way. Said Kiba as he attacked the guards. Suck on that douche. Said Kaneko as she kicked a few guards. Thanks. You guys are awesome. Said Tomoki. A few guards were struck by lightning. Huh, Akano? Asked Tomoki. That was like, super hot. Said Akano. Go save Rias, Tomoki. Added Akano. Alright. Replied Tomoki. Lord Riser, what is the meaning of this? Asked a guest. Riser, is this your doing? Asked another. It's just a little entertainment I prepared. Said Searsex. Rias brother. Said Tomoki. My brother's here. Said Rias. It's the great devil Lucifer. Said a guest. Whoa, he looks hardcore in that armor. Said Tomoki. What exactly do you mean by entertainment? Asked Riser. I watched the game Riser, and honestly I was underwhelmed by you. My sister lacks her gaming experience, and against your considerably larger forces she nearly had you beat. Replied Searsex. It's the final result that counts, my lord. Said Riser. In the past, but the games don't mean what they used to. Besides Riser, you were nearly brought to your knees by a first-time competitor. I can't imagine your family is proud of the way you performed. I think you should be given another chance. Explained Searsex. Besides, we don't have a celebration like this every day. This party could use some flair, I think. You there. They say you possess the power of a dragon, and I for one would like to see what you're made of. Which is why I had Graphia bring you here this evening. Added Searsex. I see. You want a fight, said Riser. Dragon versus Phoenix, yes. I believe your guests would enjoy a head-to-head match between two powers such as yours. Replied Searsex. No. Please don't. Pleaded Rias. An excellent idea, my lord. I'd be more than happy to oblige you. Replied Riser. And you, dragon? Called Searsex. Sorry, what? Asked Tomoki. There are many here who have quite an interest in seeing your abilities. Would you be kind enough to show them what you're capable of? Said Searsex. Hell yes. Replied Tomoki. Tomoki, don't do it. Said Rias. Relax, Rias. Mr. Komeda is a big boy. Riser is certain he can handle himself. Said Riser. So tell me, dragon, if you are the victor, what would you like to have as your reward? Asked Searsex. You can't be serious. A reward for a lower class devil? Asked a guest. Your king has spoken. Lower class or not, he'll get his prize. I am the one who requested this of him. I must give him compensation for his trouble. What would you like to receive? A title? Or perhaps a woman of great beauty? Ask, and if you win you shall receive. Said Searsex. Here goes. Thought Tomoki. Fine. There's only one thing I want. Rias Grimori. Said Tomoki. Alright. It's time to get started. Announced Searsex. Battle arena. Good. I am ready if you are Riser. Said Tomoki. You messed with the wrong family this time, Komeda. My brother's about to tear you a new one. Said Ravel Phoenix. Yes, he is quite the confident one. But I'll take him down a few pegs. Come boy, fight me. Said Riser. Alright, it's time to upgrade. Only one more chance. Said Tomoki. Tomoki, please be careful out there, thought Rias. Promotion queen. Said Tomoki as he promoted himself. It's no use. Riser said before attacking Tomoki with his flames. Die. I don't have any talent with swords like Kiba. I don't have Akino's gift with magic, and I am nowhere near as strong as Kaneko. But there is one thing I've got plenty of. Heart. And I'll tell you this much. Nothing will stop me from saving her. Time for Overbooster. Said Tomoki as he jumped up in the air. Welsh Dragon Overbooster. Shouted the boosted gear as it transformed. A different realm. You feel that, partner? Asked Chroma. Yeah, it's his scale mail, replied Issei as he prepared a magic circle. Grigori HQ. It seems the red one has activated his scale mail. Said Albion. HMPH, is it the Overbooster? Asked Valley. Seems like it, replied Albion. Che, tell me when he unlocks his balance breaker permanently, said Valley. Battle arena. This is the Dragon Emperor's power. Balance breaker boosted gear scale mail. Shouted Tomoki. The balance breaker. Where did that come from? Asked Rias. Grr. Said Riser. Fascinating. The forbidden infernal form. Added Searsex. Flashback a few minutes ago. I want you to make a deal with me. Said Tomoki. Interesting. You sure you're ready for this? Asked Drake. Are you in or are you out? Asked Tomoki. Like I said, I will grant you a power worthy of your sacrifice. But you have only till the count of 10, anything beyond and your body will not survive. Explained Drake. Fine by me, that's plenty of time, replied Tomoki. Flashback end. Rias doesn't belong to you, jerk. Shouted Tomoki as he shot an attack at Riser. Ten, said the boosted gear. Riser dodged the attack before it hit him. However, Tomoki was behind him about to punch his face. Over here, said Tomoki. Ah, shouted Riser as he barely dodged it. 9, said the boosted gear. Tomoki landed on a structure on the arena. I've never seen speed like this. Who do you think you are, Komeda? You're nothing compared to Riser, you understand? Nothing. I am a phoenix nobleman, the flame of the immortal bird burns within me. The hellfire of my clan will scorch you to dust, said Riser as he prepared to attack. You think I am scared of you, Riser? I am gonna make you sorry you ever messed with us, shouted Tomoki as both his and Riser's attacks clashed. Winced Tomoki. I am glad I've got this scale mail on. Riser's hellfire attack is no joke, thought Tomoki. 7. Shouted the boosted gear. If you weren't hiding behind that armor pawn, there'd be nothing left of you but smoking ashes, said Riser as he shot an attack using his flames. Tomoki dodged and charged at Riser. Riser punched Tomoki in the face, and so did Tomoki. Six, said the boosted gear as Tomoki began spitting blood. Riser was smirking as he made Tomoki spit blood, but he soon followed suit. You're done. Said Riser before he began spitting blood. This pain. It burns. What have you done? Is that a cross? Shouted Riser. Said Tomoki as he fell, holding a cross in his hands. 5. Said the boosted gear. Where did you get that? Asked Riser, demanding an answer. I had a friend who was a member of the church. I borrowed this from her and added a boost from my sacred gear. No matter how powerful you think you are, you're nothing compared to the cross I am holding in my hand, Riser explained Tomoki. 4. Said the boosted gear. Impossible. A devil can't hold a cross. Even wearing your dragon armor shouldn't stop the thing from destroying you, said Riser until he realized something. Wait. It can't be. You offered that dragon your own arm, didn't you? Asked Riser. 3. Said the boosted gear. Damn right I did. Now I am gonna take you down, you son of a bitch, replied Tomoki. Have you lost your mind? After what you've done, you'll never be the same again, said Riser. TWO, said the boosted gear. You think I care? Replied Tomoki. 1. Said the boosted gear. It doesn't matter what happens to me. If it saves Rias, that's all I care about. Because she's worth it, shouted Tomoki as he charged at Riser. Count is up, said the boosted gear. Oof, said Tomoki as he lost his footing. Tomoki's head. Unfortunately, you're out of time, said Drake. You gotta be kidding me. I was so close, said Tomoki. What am I gonna have to pay you this time? A leg. I'll give you whatever you want, said Tomoki. Sorry, but with your current abilities there is nothing else I can do, explained Drake. Of course, it's because I am not strong enough. It always ends this way, doesn't it? Asked Tomoki. When I took back the armor, I released a small amount of power into the gem. You'll only have it temporarily, however I am not sure it'll be enough to counter Phoenix's regenerative capabilities, said Drake. I still have to try. I'll fight. I won't give up, said Tomoki. Battle arena. Said Tomoki as Riser grabbed him. That's too bad. Looks like somebody lost their armor. Riser believes it's time to end this pathetic charade, said Riser. I am not done. If you're gonna put out a fire, well, you're gonna need water, said Tomoki. Holy water? Asked Kiba. Will holy water even work against a devil as strong as Riser? Asked Sona. Try this on for size, asshole, said Tomoki as he used the holy water on Riser. Transfer, said the boosted gear as it transferred power onto the holy water. Screamed Riser, as the holy water was draining his mental and physical strength. It's preventing him from regenerating, stated Sona. It seems not even the Lord of the House of Phoenix can rise from the ashes under this kind of attack, added Akino. His mind? Asked Kaneko. Indeed, his body is immortal but his mind is far from it, answered Sona. How does that feel, Riser? Asked Tomoki. Riser then attacked with a large portion of fire, but Tomoki jumped over it. Kiba taught me to widen my field of vision when I am battling an opponent, said Tomoki as he combined the holy water with the cross. Transfer, said the boosted gear. Akino taught me to use magic, to take the power of my body's aura and release it on a single point, and amplify my attack by increasing my mental focus, said Tomoki. And Kaneko taught me to aim for the center of the body, to strike with precision right at the heart of the enemy, added Tomoki. No, stop it, don't. This engagement is important for the future of all devils. You fool. A mere servant like you has no business getting involved with the affairs of your betters. Shouted Riser. Don't you understand? I don't care. Shouted Tomoki. Rias. She's the only thing that matters to me. And the fact that you'd force her to be with you, when she obviously hates you. Well, that's enough reason for me to take you out. Added Tomoki. Suck on this scumbag. Said Tomoki as he punched Riser in the gut. Ah, shouted Riser. Oof. Bastard. Said Riser as he fell on his knees. Don't hurt him. Shouted Ravel as she stood in front of Tomoki, protecting Riser. Step aside, little girl, unless you wanna be next. Threatened Tomoki. This made Ravel widen her eyes as she was scared of him. Tomoki. You did it. You really did it, said Rias. This battle is over, stated Searsex as the arena started to collapse. Ravel grabbed Riser and flew away, while Tomoki fell. Before he was caught by Kaneko. Ah! Screamed Tomoki as he was falling. Whoa, nice catch, dude. Complimented Tomoki as Kaneko caught him. Yep. See ya, said Kaneko as she threw him down. Wait. Screamed Tomoki. Rias then caught him. Oh. Hey Rias, said Tomoki. Tomoki. You saved my life. Thank you, said Rias. You seem awfully happy, Searsex, said Lord Grimoire. Oh. It's nothing, ha ha ha, replied Searsex. Che, we should arrest that man for hurting my son and threatening my daughter, said Lord Finex. I am afraid that will not happen, Lord Finex. Tomoki won fair and square. Riser agreed to it, replied Searsex. But Lord Finex was about to retaliate until Lady Finex stopped him. Enough, it was our stubborn son's choice to agree to the battle and it cost him his bride. We cannot blame Searsex for his loss, said Lady Finex. Che, said Lord Finex as he left the building along with the rest of the House of Finex. Lord Grimoire soon followed to talk with him. Beautiful, isn't it? I had that griffin ready in case they needed a last-minute escape, said Searsex. Thank goodness it didn't come to that, we would have had quite the mess to clean up, replied Grafia. I wouldn't worry too much, my father and Lord Finex have found some common ground. Such a shame though for an engagement to fall apart like this, said Searsex. Yes, you're right, it's very sad. You look devastated, replied Grafia jokingly. It's truly a miracle. I never dreamed it was possible the great red dragon would come over to our side, added Searsex. It seems likely that the encounter with the vanishing one, the white dragon, could be upon us soon, said Grafia. Ahahaha. Oh, don't worry. It's coming very soon, said a voice that both Searsex and Grafia actually missed considering what has happened. Ha ha ha. Oh, Issei always arriving late, huh? Replied Searsex. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I arrived the moment I felt the awakening of Tomoki-kun's balance breaker, although I was too careless to realize it was just the overbooster. Had the white one been careless like me, she would have come here as well, said Issei. Oh, so the vanishing dragon is a she? Asked Searsex. He, indeed. But I am happy for your sister Searsex, she can live a happy life now, said Issei. Thank you, Issei, replied Searsex. Oh, and two things before I go, stated Issei. What is it? Asked Searsex. Warn that Komeda that the next time he threatens Ravel Finex will be his last, said Issei while smiling. Ha 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 ha, laughed Searsex. You foo, said Grafia chuckling. And second, said Issei with a serious face. This made Searsex and Grafia stop laughing and look at Issei seriously. From this day forth, I will be your enemy, said Issei as he soon disappeared. The end. That was chapter 9. Hope you enjoyed it. PM me for any suggestions for the story. And tell me what you think of Issei announcing to Searsex that they will be enemies from now on, considering that Issei has joined the Chaos Brigade. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal Leviathan, Cateriel Leviathan, Kuroka, Freya, Rainier, Ophis, Ravel Finex, Lady Finex, Venelana Grimoire, Ubeluna, Yasaka, Penemu, Tiamat, Valley Lucifer, Grafia Lucifuge. Tomoki's harem. Rias, Akano, Kaneko, Asia, Irina. Chapter 10 will come soon. First, previous ch8 of 32 next. Chapter 10. Hey guys, this is the 10th chapter. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism as it only helps me improve the story. Also kindly PM me or review for any suggestions for the story or characters. I will be accepting OCs from other anime. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Oblivion speaking. D-Drag, Albion speaking. Ability, action. Chapter 10. What? What do you mean, Issei? Asked Searsex. You'll see someday soon, although I do apologize that I have to betray you guys like this. Replied Issei. Wait, did the angels or fallen angels make you sign a contract to side with them? Asked Searsex, a bit worried. Who could be able to convince Issei to join them and become enemies with the devil faction? Thought Graphia. Neither of them did anything. In fact, both the angels and fallen angels will also be my enemies. I joined a faction that is planning to become an enemy to every faction and mythology that exists. They will introduce themselves soon. Explained Issei. A faction that plans to attack every faction. Why did you join them? Asked Searsex. Ha ha ha. Well, you know me, Searsex, I love a good fight. And with peace and all that, it is incredibly hard to find a good match, but imagine this. Me against the whole world. Ha 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 ha, it's the fight that I desire. Replied Issei. So you're joining this unknown faction because you want a good fight? Asked Searsex once more. That's right. Replied Issei. Sigh, well, I guess it makes sense why you joined them, but will you ever come back to our side? Asked Searsex, hoping for a yes. Meh, maybe. Replied Issei. Both Graphia and Searsex looked at Issei, waiting for what else he had to say. I also left a gift for your sister at her clubroom, so kindly inform her of my gift. I know she'll enjoy it. Said Issei. That's all I have to say, I'll be going now. Added Issei. Issei then used a magic circle to leave the underworld. Soon the whole world will feel the wrath of the Black Dragon Emperor. Damn it. Said Searsex. Any ideas on who would have offered Issei this? Asked Graphia. No, not now. Replied Searsex. I don't know what to think of this day. My sister is now happy with her life now that she is free from her engagement, but we just lost our greatest ally. Said Searsex. At least he warned us, it means that he still cares for us. Stated Graphia. I hope you're right. Replied Searsex. Time skip. Holy Sword Arc. Author's note. If anybody is wondering what happens between these time skips, it's simple really. The events that happen between time skips are events that are shown in the anime, light novel, so if you haven't seen either of those two, I apologize, but I don't know why you would be reading this fanfic if you haven't heard of High School DxD. Hey, time to die. Shouted Freed as his and Kiba's swords clashed. Your lucky Excalibur isn't picky. It's only hungry for your blood. Shouted Freed. Kiba pushes Freed back with his sword. That's enough, freak. Said Kiba. Now there's a tone of voice I never thought I'd hear come out of you. Good job. Ha 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 ha. Screamed Freed. Grr, holy eraser. Said Kiba as he unleashed his sword's attack. But the Excalibur was completely unaffected. That was cute. You win some. You lose some. Wanna try again? Poo, said Freed. Whatever. It was just a test. I wanted to see if that sword was real. Thanks for giving me the license to destroy you and your sword. Said Kiba as he began slashing at Freed. Oh ho ho ho. That's the spirit. Get em, tiger. Ha 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 ha. Shouted Freed as he slashed at Kiba and cut his right arm. Ah. Screamed Kiba as he was slashed by the Excalibur. Ah, someone forgot to warn you. This holy sword absolutely despises devils. Phooey. Said Freed. Shut up. I am not done yet. Said Kiba as he pushes Freed to the ground. Ah. That's cheating. Complained Freed. That's what devils do. Replied Kiba as he slashed at Freed once more. Ah. Said Freed as he jumped away from Kiba. Nice move, kiddo. Oh shit. Said Freed as a communication circle appeared next to his ear. Kiba charged at Freed with his sword, but Freed dodged. Hate to cut this short, but someone more important is calling. It's been fun. That's all, folks. Said Freed before he escaped. The rain was falling down on Kiba as he grunted. Underworld. Have there been any new reports on this enemy faction? Asked Searsex. Unfortunately, there have been none. They are really well hidden. Answered Beelzebub. What we know so far is that they have the support of Issei Hyodo, the wielder of the eradication gear, and that their goal is to challenge all of the factions and mythologies in the world. Added Beelzebub, who is also known as the best friend of Circex. Alright, please keep looking into Itajuka. Asked Circex. Of course, it is a large threat to us devils, so I won't stop until we have more useful info on this faction. Answered Ajuka Beelzebub. Tomoki's room. Reality sucks balls. Said Tomoki as he started crying. This sucks ass. Added Tomoki. Yo. Tomoki. Sorry to interrupt your pouting. Said D-Drake. Tomoki looked around the room to see who spoke. Don't act like you've forgotten my voice. Said D-Drake. Oh hey D-Drake. Replied Tomoki. Your mind is as perverse and twisted as ever, so that's refreshing. Added D-Drake. I am in the middle of a mental breakdown, so I'd appreciate it if you'd be a little more sensitive. Scolded Tomoki. Well, that's unfortunate. I came here to give you a warning, replied D-Drake. About what? Asked Tomoki. Here, try this. Tell me what you think. Suggested Rias. Wow, it's delicious. Rias, this is the best soup I've ever had. Mine always ends up too salty. What did you do? Asks Asia. I felt a strong spiritual presence surrounding you lately. It's made me nervous. I can't sleep. Said D-Drake. Oh yeah, it's probably Rias. She's been hanging out here a lot more. If you know what I mean by hanging out. Said Tomoki with a perverted face. Assuming you're talking about your buddies, I don't even notice them anymore. States D-Drake. Huh, are you saying there's an enemy close by? Asked Tomoki. I am saying be careful, you never know when the White One will decide to make an unexpected appearance. Replied D-Drake. The White One. Sounds intense, what does it mean? Asked Tomoki. The Vanishing Dragon is the White Dragon. Answers D-Drake. What's a Vanishing Dragon? Asked Tomoki. We are called the Twin Sky Dragons, and we've been fighting for several years now. Those with Sky Dragons living within them are destined to fight each other. Explains D-Drake. What do you mean those with Sky Dragons? There's someone else who has the sacred gear like me. Asked Tomoki. Yes, answers D-Drake. And you're saying that someday I am gonna have to fight them? Asked Tomoki. You're my only hope. Said D-Drake. That's not fair. You're the one who decided to come live with me. Stated Tomoki. And in exchange I've given you the power of the dragon. It's totally fair. Replied D-Drake. I know. I haven't forgotten. You're the only reason I was able to save Rias. Said Tomoki. And speaking of that, I've got to say this one more time D-Drake. Added Tomoki. Say it. Said D-Drake. Ahem. Listen close. Said Tomoki. I have a dream that one day I'll rank so high that I'll become the harem king. I'll have one group of hot girls with huge jugs as servants and another for my army. Oh yeah. One day all of this will be mine. Said Tomoki with determination. Ha 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 ha. It's not every day I get to live inside a pervert. Stated D-Drake. As if I didn't feel awkward enough, geez. Replied Tomoki. Maybe it's not out of the question. It's true that dragon powers can be overwhelming to those around you. Some will want to fight you, but then many will find it charming, especially the female sort. Said D-Drake. No way really. Asked Tomoki. Definitely. Every male I've lived in has been surrounded by lustful women. I was there, remember? Replied D-Drake. Oh wow. I had no idea you were the most amazing sacred treasure in the whole world. Said Tomoki. That's more like it. Nice switch. Said D-Drake. Yes. It's time to take your powers for a spin. I am now on a mission to experience Rias' hot fleshy globes. Said Tomoki. K dark dramatic music. Asterisk. You want to squeeze them? Asked D-Drake darkly. Suck them. Now. Replied Tomoki darkly. ... Asterisk sigh. So this is all about you having a woman's breasts in your mouth. How far we've come. Suppose the variety of goals in a partner is good for me. Just promise you'll remember what I told you. Said D-Drake. I will. The White Dragon got it. Replies Tomoki. Kuo Academy. Sona. Look. Said Tsubaki. Two people who looked like they were from the church was on Kuo Academy. The Holy Sword. Said Sona. Somewhere in the underworld. It appears that the fallen angel leader Kokobile is planning to start a war with the three factions. Let us hope that he succeeds, for if he is successful it could be a good way to introduce ourselves. Said Shalba Beelzebub. Indeed, however, he has doubts that Kokobile will succeed. Added another man named Kryuzuri. Issei is smart, so he obviously has good reason for thinking that. replied Kateria Leviathan. Che, you're only saying that because you like him, stated Shalba. Don't make false accusations, Shalba, replied Kateria. Damn that Issei taking away Kateria, thought Kryuzuri. Time skip 1 day later, Orc Clubroom. Thank you for agreeing to speak with us today, my name is Xenovia, said the girl with blue hair with a green streak. And I am Irina Shido, introduced the other girl with brown hair and purple eyes. It's fascinating to me why followers of God would like to meet with a devil, said Rias. I know it seems random, but here's the thing. There are 6 swords we can account for. 3 are still with the church, but we happen to know that the other 3 were stolen by the fallen angels, explained Irina. This shocked everyone. You sure about that? Asked Tomoki. These are from the ones we have left, they're made from Excalibur. This one is mine, T's called the Sword of Destruction, said Xenovia. And then there's the one I have here. It's known as the Holy Sword of Mimicry, it's an Excalibur mimic, said Irina. Well, what is it you would like for us to do for you today? Asked Rias. Stay completely out of it. This is between us and the fallen angels, let's keep this simple, shall we? We don't need the devils in this town to intervene, replied Xenovia. That sounds like an accusation. Are you afraid that we'll side with the fallen angels and keep you from obtaining the holy swords? Asked Rias. We know that for devils a holy sword is a detestable thing, wouldn't it make more sense for you to side with the fallen angels? Stated Xenovia. Rias' eyes turn a crimson red because of this. Oh man, Rias is getting pissed, thought Tomoki. And, if that's true, we will have no choice but to completely annihilate you. Even though you are the great devil's sister, added Xenovia. If you already have me figured out, then let me share something with you. There is no way I would ever think of joining the fallen angels. I would never do anything to disgrace the name of the House of Grimoire or my dear brother, explains Rias. HMPH, that's enough for me just to be able to hear that. I was only relaying the thoughts of HQ. I honestly didn't think the little sister of Lucifer would really be that stupid, replied Xenovia. Good to know, then I hope you understand that I will not provide aid to your side either, states Rias. Of course, I trust that we will prevail if you promise not to intervene on anything we might do in this town, replies Xenovia. You have my word, assures Rias. We will no longer take any more of your time, said Xenovia before she and Irina started walking out of the clubroom. I was wondering if visiting the home of Tomoki Komeda would lead us to you. Aren't you Asia Argento? Asked Xenovia. Yes, replied Asia. It makes sense that I would run into a witch in a place like this, stated Xenovia. Shocked Asia. Oh my goodness, it is you. You're the former saint who had become a witch. I had heard that you were banished because of your ability to heal devils and fallen angels and that you actually used it one time. You must be pretty strong. I didn't know that you'd actually become a devil yourself, said Irina. Well, I guess so, replied Asia, shaking. You okay? Asked Tomoki. Of course she's not okay, she went from being a saint to a devil. That's about as far as one can fall, said Xenovia. That's enough. Why don't you take that crap and get out of here? Shouted Tomoki. Dude, you're not helping, said Kaneko. She's right, even I know it would be a dick move to pick a fight with these jerks right now, thought Tomoki. Do you still believe in our god Asia? Asked Xenovia. Don't be silly, she's like a devil and stuff, she's over us, said Irina. No, that doesn't always mean what you think it does. There are those whose hearts continue to love God. She seems like she might be one of them, replied Xenovia. Really? Is it true, Asia? Do you still believe in God? I mean, I know you're like a devil, but do you? Asked Irina. Why, yes. I'd never be able to let go. I believed in God this whole time, replied Asia. Then you should allow us to execute you this instant, though you have sinned the worst way possible. If you sacrifice your soul to him, he will forgive you. Let yourself be convicted by my hand. God will warp through me to save you, explained Xenovia. Why you? Said Tomoki before trying to attempt to attack Xenovia only to be stopped by Kaneko. Do you mind stopping there, please? There is no need for you to be shaming my servant here in that way, said Rias. I wasn't shaming her for no reason. As one of God's servants, I feel it is my duty to rescue her soul, stated Xenovia. Tomoki then escaped Kaniko's grip and went face to face with Zenobia. Tomoki, stop, said Rias. Stop. Don't do it, said Akano. Everything's okay, said Asia. You have no right to be calling Asia a witch, stated Tomoki. Believe me, that's one of the nicest descriptions I have for someone who had done what she has, said Zenobia. I don't wanna hear it, shouted Tomoki. You pricks are the ones who decided she was a saint, not Asia, said Tomoki. That wasn't her choice, added Tomoki. Che, she was happier without any of this, stated Tomoki. I am okay, said Asia. A genuine saint can survive on God's love alone. If Asia makes sacrifices for anyone else besides God, then she was never a true saint, said Zenobia. What does that even mean? Saint or not, Asia is one of the kindest souls you'll ever know. If you can't see that, then you're an idiot, said Tomoki. And who exactly are you to Asia Argento? Asked Zenobia. I am her family. We all are and her friends. If you so much as raise a hand against her, I will spend every last breath I have making sure you regret it, replied Tomoki. Is that so? Then are you prepared to take on the entire church? Asked Zenobia. That's pretty big talk for a little devil like yourself, added Zenobia. Ha 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 ha. This is great, said a voice that the orc hasn't heard since before their game with Riser. Is that? Asked Tomoki. Issei Hyodo, at your service, said Issei. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Now, you mentioned something about taking on the entire church, asked Issei as a battle-hungry smile appeared on his face. The end. That was chapter 10. Hope you enjoyed it. PM me for any suggestions for the story. And tell me what you think of Issei taking on the entire church, should he fight or not. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal Leviathan, Cateriel Leviathan, Kuroka, Freya, Rainair, Ophis, Ravel Phoenix, Lady Phoenix, Venelana Grimori, Ubeluna, Yusaka, Penamu, Tiamat, Valley Lucifer, Graphia Lucifuge, Zenobia Quarta possible. Tomoki's harem. Rias, Akano, Kaniko, Asia, Irina. Chapter 11 will come out either today or tomorrow. First, previous ch9 of 32 next. Chapter 11. Hey guys, this is the 11th chapter. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh, and please don't hesitate to put criticism, as it only helps me improve the story. Also kindly PM me or review for any suggestions for the story or characters. I will be accepting OCs from other anime. Talking, thinking, Chroma speaking, Oblivion speaking, Dedrag Albion speaking, ability action. Chapter 11. Now, you mentioned something about taking on the entire church, asked Issei as a battle-hungry grin appeared on his face. Issei, said Rias, surprised at the sudden appearance of the Black Dragon Emperor. Ah, hello Rias, did you enjoy my parting gift? Asked Issei. Yes, it made all of us happy. Because of you we were able to resurrect Asia. I thank you Issei for returning the twilight healing to Asia, replied Rias, thanking Issei. Glad to hear it, said Issei. So, does the offer still stand? Asked Issei as he looked at Zenobia. What? Asked Zenobia, confused at the question. The offer. You know, to take on the entire church, answered Issei. You honestly think you can do it? Please, even the Crimson Satan would have difficulty doing so, said Zenobia, clearly not aware of who she is talking to. Are you underestimating me? Asked Issei, clearly not amused, as he dislikes those who underestimate their opponents when they clearly know nothing. Who wouldn't? You just challenge the entire church, something that not even the strongest fighters of the underworld would be able to do, answered Zenobia. Che, I really hate those who underestimate their opponents. So how about this? A fight to the death, suggested Issei. Between you and me, asked Zenobia. No, between me and the two of you, answered Issei. I am sorry for asking, but do you have a death wish? Asked Irina. He, afraid not. Even if I did, I can't die, said Issei. Really? So you're immortal? Asked Zenobia. No, I am afraid it's classified information, answered Issei. Well, I am sorry, but we won't be able to have a fight to the death because our mission takes priority, said Irina. Very well, how about a sparring match? Surely that wouldn't hurt, would it? Asked Issei. Well, I guess not, said Zenobia. Tomoki, asked Asia. Oh, What is it, Asia? Asked Tomoki. Who is that man? Said Asia as she asked her question. That's Issei Hyodo, the Black Dragon Emperor. He's a friend, he's also the one that returned your twilight healing which allowed us to revive you. Explained Tomoki. Oh okay, said Asia as she now knew who this man was. This is perfect, I'll take you on as well. Said Kiba. Who are you? Asked Xenovia. Your superior. Replied Kiba. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Are you sure it's okay for us to be fighting people from the church like this? Asked Akano. It's only a sparring match. Said Rias. There will be no killing, consider it a drill. Said Xenovia as both she and Irina removed their robes, revealing their battle suits. Ha ha ha. Laughed Kiba. Why are you laughing? Asked Xenovia. Because, the one thing I wanted to destroy more than anything has appeared willingly before my eyes. Answered Kiba as he activated his sword birth. Sword birth is it. I remember now, there was a survivor from the Holy Sword Project. Said Xenovia. Dot dot dot. So, Issei-kun, are you ready? Asked Irina as she prepared her Excalibur. Ha ha ha, this should be a good test for my weapon. Said Issei. Huh, what weapon? Asked Irina. Weapon. Does he mean his eradication gear? Asked Rias. No, Issei has another weapon that he has never had a chance to use in battle. Answered a familiar female voice. It's you. Said Rias. What is she doing here? Asked Asia as she hid behind Tomoki. What are you doing here, Rainier? Asked Tomoki angrily. I am Issei's maid, of course it's only natural for me to follow him. Answered Rainier as she revealed herself from the dark. She was wearing a maid dress similar to Graphia's except it had a dark black color. Don't worry Asia, just stay away from her. Said Tomoki as he activated his boosted Gia just in case Rainier attacked them. I won't attack you unless my master orders me to, and besides if I wanted to kill you you would be dead already. Stated Rainier. Alright, are you ready Issei-kun? Asked Irina as she prepared to attack with her Excalibur mimic. Hee. Alright, at last I will be able to use this in battle. Said Issei. So you ready? Asked Issei in his mind. Hell, yes. Answered Oblivion. Prepare yourself for death's embrace. Shouted Issei. Gray mists surrounded Issei. Sounds of screaming souls could be heard. This brought fear to everybody inside the barrier, except Issei himself, Xenovia, Rainier and Kiba. What is this? Asked Xenovia confused. That shit's scary. Said Tomoki. Rias and Akano were both shaking a bit but Akano had a smile on her face, it seems she was enjoying it sexually. Tomoki. Screamed Asia as she hugged Tomoki. What is that? It's so scary. I am gonna stop it now. Said Irina as she attempted to strike Issei with her Excalibur. As she was about to hit Issei something stopped the Excalibur. What? Asked Irina as she was surprised that her Excalibur was stopped. No one can stop death. Said Oblivion out loud. The mists cleared, and the screams stopped. Calming everybody down. Thank goodness that's over. Said Rias relieved. So, what do you think? Asked Issei as he was revealed with two dark hooks with gray highlights. What are those? Asked Irina surprised. These are a gift from someone dear to me, however that isn't important right now. Replied Issei. Now, prepare your Excalibur. I would like to see if the Excalibur can withstand my death's embrace. Said Issei. Oh okay. Here I go. Said Irina as she charged at Issei. Issei started to attack by slashing his two hooks at Irina. Irina countered by targeting multiple of Issei's vitals. Issei blocked all of her strikes and countered by throwing both of his hooks. Both hooks hit the Excalibur causing a large explosion of dark energy, effectively knocking Irina out. Issei then caught both of his hooks as they returned like boomerangs. HMPH. I expected it to last longer. Said Issei. The Red Dragon Emperor, Asia's twilight healing and your sword birth. You devils certainly have a fair amount of sacred treasures. Stated Xenovia. I have another power, one that comes from grudges from my fallen comrades. With this power I will destroy all of the Excaliburs. Said Kiba as he charged with his sword. Both Kiba and Xenovia clashed their swords. And along with them I will annihilate their wielders. Added Kiba as he kept attacking. Xenovia then unleashed a heavy strike nearly hitting Kiba, it managed to cut off some of his hair. Just being touched by a holy sword can injure a devil, Kiba is at a huge disadvantage. Said Akano. Issei defeated Riser in less than 5 seconds. I am sure he can manage. But Kiba's hate and lust for revenge might get in the way of his fight. Added Rias. Their sword clashed once more. This time Kiba is dual-wielding swords of 2 different elements. It's time for you to burn and then freeze. Said Kiba as he started attacking. Kiba was slashing his 2 swords with great speed. However, Xenovia is able to block all of his attacks. How naive, said Xenovia as she shattered his 2 swords. Xenovia then smashed her sword onto the ground, effectively shaking everything inside the barrier and creating a crater around her. This is the sword of destruction. Believe me, this sword's name is not just for show, said Xenovia as she prepared to strike once more. After being split into 7, it's still this strong, said Kiba. HMPH, maybe fighting her would have been a better test, said Issei. Indeed, Oblivion must be disappointed, added Rainier. Wahahaha. Oh, you think, replied Oblivion. However, only Issei and Chroma heard him. Ha, shouted Kiba as he summoned one of his best swords. Why don't we see which one of these destructive swords is the most destructive? Asked Kiba. Will it be your holy or my demon? Added Kiba as he charged at Xenovia. HMPH, too bad, said Xenovia as she moved incredibly fast and hit Kiba in the gut. Said Kiba as he fell down. Your only weapons are a few swords and a little speed. Not only do you lack the power to use a large sword, but in the process you're sealing away that speed you're so proud of. Please don't tell me you didn't realize that fact, said Xenovia. And no, wait, uttered Kiba as he was damaged. You should know only to fight when you're rational. After all, you are my superior, added Xenovia mockingly. Xenovia then took her robes. But she also noticed that Irina had lost her battle. So, are you satisfied, Rias Grimori? Asked Xenovia, getting ready to pick up Irina. Yes, I am grateful that he wasn't dealt a final blow. Thank you for your integrity, replied Rias. Of course, and remember what we talked about earlier, said Xenovia as she was about to grab Irina's unconscious body. Just out of curiosity, said Rias. Xenovia stopped in her tracks. Did you find out which fallen angel was guilty of stealing the swords, I mean? Asked Rias. We know who was behind it, yes, a member of the Grigori Kokobile, answered Xenovia. The 2 of you are after a leader class. Are you planning to die? Asked Rias. We do what we must to keep the fallen from the holy swords. I am willing to trade my life to annihilate them, replied Xenovia. I am sure they understand the danger, said Issei. Indeed, there has already been one casualty. A priest who came to this town to check things ahead of time was killed, added Xenovia. I know who killed him, Freed Selzen, said Kiba. What do you mean freed? Asked Tomoki. Tisk, that psycho is still alive, asked Rainier. Hey, I think you're forgetting you've worked with him, said Tomoki. You've worked with a stray priest. Who exactly are you? Asked Xenovia. My name is Rainier. I am a fallen angel under the command of Issei Hyodo, replied Rainier. A fallen, said Xenovia. Indeed, she is my maid, so kindly get rid of any thoughts of attacking her, as she can defeat everybody here except me, stated Issei. Are you sure about that? Asked Xenovia. Definitely, answered Issei as both him and Xenovia stared at each other. What are you talking about, Issei? We've beaten her before, said Tomoki. That was before I made her my maid. Due to her training with me, she now has 4 pairs of wings, replied Issei. In such a short amount of time? No way, said Akano. Rainier then revealed her 8 wings, shocking everyone except Issei and Xenovia. All doubts of Rainier having 4 pairs of wings were now eradicated. So it's true, said Rias. How about we return to the main topic? Freed Selzen, suggested Issei. Right, I stumbled upon Freed as he murdered the priest. And he definitely had a holy sword, said Kiba. Interesting, it was a stray priest. At least we know what we're up against, said Xenovia. Although I do hope that you and your maid do not interfere with our mission, added Xenovia. You have my word, replied Issei. Now I appreciate the information you shared, but don't further involve yourselves into our affairs. We'll take our leave, said Xenovia as she carried Irina away. HMPH. Well, I shall take my leave as well, said Issei. Wait already. Don't you wanna at least say hello to Sirzex or something? I heard that nobody has seen you in forever, said Tomoki. And for good reason. It seems that your big brother hasn't told you anything about what has happened between me and him, replied Issei as he told Tomoki and Rias. What do you mean? Asked Rias. Master, it seems that you are required for the next meeting, said Rainier. Already. Very well. I apologize, but it seems I must go. Ask your brother for the truth if you really want to know, said Issei as he and Rainier used a magic circle to transport away. What was he talking about? Asked Akano. I am not sure, replied Rias. He said that if you wanted to know you could ask your brother, right? Said Asia. That's right. I shall ask him soon, replied Rias. Time skip. KOKABIEL fight. Rias, it's not too late. You can still contact your brother, suggested Sona. You know what I don't see? You trying to contact your big sister, replied Rias. With good reason too. Sirzex loves you. You know he would want to assist us. There's no doubt he would come here as soon as you called him, so call him, said Sona. There's no reason. I've already contacted Sirzex, stated Akano. How could you do that without asking me first? Asked Rias. Look, Rias, I know you don't want to bother your brother unless we absolutely must, but our enemy is a leader-class fallen angel. He's not someone you can take on your own. I think that qualifies as to be a must, replied Akano. Fiend, said Rias. I thank you for your consideration, President. Sirzex is on his way. His forces should be here in about an hour, added Akano. Good grief, girl. I cannot win against you, can I? Said Rias. Should be a fun hour, added Rias. Boost, said the boosted gear. It's not enough, thought Tomoki. Boost, said the boosted gear. Everyone was watching as Tomoki and Rias were walking towards Kokobile. Boost, said the boosted gear once more. I am ready now. Are you? Asked Tomoki. Absolutely, answered Rias. Boosted gear gift. Transfer, said Tomoki. Transfer, said the boosted gear. Ah, moaned Rias as she received the power. Holy shit, said Tomoki. She's amazing, said Asia. I can feel the waves of power from over here, added Kiba. Ahahaha. Now things are getting interesting. Yes, what you've got there is a devil's power to the highest degree. You've been blessed with power on par with that of your big bad brother, little girl, said Kokobile. Rias prepared a large attack. In that case, be gone, shouted Rias as she unleashed her large attack using her power of destruction. Her attack hit Kokobile, but he was able to block it effortlessly. So much better and far more interesting. Almost as good as Sirzex, stated Kokobile. Che! Ah! Shouted Rias as she unleashed more of her power of destruction. Hey! Ahahaha! Laughed Kokobile. Said Rias as she lost her power. Rias! No! Shouted Tomoki. Now! Akano! Shouted Rias. Akano unleashed a thunder attack at Kokobile, but he easily blocked it. Could it be she who holds the power of Barakiel is trying to fight? Asked Kokobile. Don't speak his name. I am nothing like that creature, shouted Akano. Her attack soon faded as she ran out of magical power. Ahahaha. What an amusing group you have here, Rias. The Red Dragon Emperor, a ruined Holy Sword Project subject and Barakiel's daughter, said Kokobile. Ahahaha. How terribly amusing. A habit of gathering inferior products must run in the family, insulted Kokobile. Insulting comments about my brother will not be tolerated. But for insulting my servants you will pay the ultimate price and die, said Rias. By all means go ahead and try. Master of the Welsh Dragon, crimson-haired ruined princess and the Devil King's little sister, said Kokobile. Please tell me you realize you're confronting the arch-enemy of devils, might as well take advantage of this opportunity, you may never get it again, added Kokobile. Hey, fallen angel douchebag. If you say one more rude thing to Rias or Akano I am gonna beat the shit out of you. Don't test me either, you birdman freak, warned Tomoki. Really? You must be an idiot, said Kokobile. I am what I am, asshole. Stay right there if you want some. Now boosted gear go, said Tomoki. Boost, said the boosted gear. No Tomoki don't, shouted Rias. We've got your back. I think we can buy you a little more time, said Zenobia as she and Kiba attacked Kokobile. Just focus on powering up, added Kiba. Multiple attacks were dealt by the rest of the orc. The battle kept going until suddenly Kokobile revealed something forbidden. On the previous Great War God was actually killed along with the 4 great devil kings. Revealed Kokobile. Everyone was shocked and Kokobile explained the situation. Asia had passed out from the information until. Don't fuck with me, shouted Tomoki. Tomoki, said Rias. I am not gonna let you destroy this town no matter what bullshit reasons you've got. Added Tomoki. Besides, I don't think you understand. I am going to be harem king, announced Tomoki. Some cliché winged fallen angel is not getting in the way of my glory. Added Tomoki. Ah ha ha, a harem king. You mean that's all the infamous Red Dragon Emperor wants? Then join me. You'll be harem king in no time. Beautiful girls falling at your feet wherever you go, you just point at the ones you like and take them. Said Kokobile. I won't fall for your sweet awesome words. Even though that totally sounds like the shit. Replied Tomoki. Tomoki, shouted Rias. Yes ma'am. Sorry, you know how I get with the word harem. Apologized Tomoki. If you really like girls that much, listen up. After we get back home, I will let you do whatever you want to me. Said Rias as her last words echoed in Tomoki's head. ... Like for real. So like not just basic groping. I can suck on dem titties? Asked Tomoki. You can. If that's what it takes, then it's a small price to pay. Replied Rias. Tomoki's boosted gear suddenly released massive amounts of power. No way, said Rias. I know that light, said Kiba. It's a sacred gear after being perfectly aligned with its master's wishes. Explained Akano. Yes, bring that shit on Kokobile. You're going down and I am going to suck on a pair of jumbos. Man, I can almost feel them on my mouth already. Oh yeah, I feel like I can kick God's ass right now. Lucky for him he's already dead. No offense, said Tomoki. Wow, said Rias. Ha, shouted Tomoki. Explosion, shouted the boosted gear. Kokobile then threw a light spear at Tomoki. But he easily smashed it into pieces. Tomoki then punched Kokobile in the face. All the Red Dragon Emperor had to do to release this much power was think about sucking on some breasts. Unbelievable. Who the hell are you? Asked Kokobile. Remember me, Kokobile. My name is Tomoki Komeda. I possess a boosted gear powered on sex and passion. I am also Rias Grimori's pawn. Announced Tomoki. Ehehe. For such a low-ranking devil to reach my face is damn near impossible. This is interesting, boy, very interesting. Said Kokobile. Ah ha ha. Him. Really? Said a female voice. A blue shining light then shattered the barrier that the student council had made. Soon the light faded. It then revealed armor similar to Tomoki's scale mail, but it was white and had more feminine curves. Huh. My body is starting to shake. What is that thing? Asked Tomoki. Why is the vanishing dragon here? Asked Kokobile. The vanishing dragon, said Tomoki. I am afraid it's not only the vanishing dragon that is here, Kokobile. Said another voice, but this time it was male. What? No way. Are you telling me the fated battle of the 3 heavenly dragons shall happen here? Asked Kokobile. A yellow light soon descended down to the vanishing dragon's level. Who knows? Said Issei. The end. That was chapter 11. Hope you enjoyed it. PM me for any suggestions for the story. Tell me what you guys think of a Valley and Issei Lemon. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal Leviathan, Cateriel Leviathan, Kuroka, Freya, Rainier, Ophis, Revel Phoenix, Lady Phoenix, Venelana Grimori, Ubeluna, Yusaka, Penemu, Tiamat, Valley Lucifer, Graphia Lucifuge, Zenobia Quarta possible. Tomoki's harem. Rias, Akano, Kaneko, Asia, Irina. Chapter 12 will be out tomorrow. First previous ch10 of 32 next. Chapter 12. Hey guys. This is the 12th chapter. I hope you do enjoy reading it. I also wanted to thank all of you for the support you have been giving, and for those that don't like my work, I apologize for not being able to satisfy your needs. Well, here's the chapter. Enjoy. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Oblivion speaking. Dedrag Albion speaking. Ability action. Dot 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 dot. Chapter 12. Dot 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 dot. Flashback. Riser arc. Valley Lucifer was walking down a forest somewhere in the underworld. She then saw that a magic circle appeared right behind her. She turned to face the person emerging from the magic circle. Hey, Issei Hyodo, said Valley. Hello there, Valley. Did you miss me? Asked Issei. HMPH, not really, replied Valley. Anyway, I have an offer for you, said Issei. An offer? What kind of offer? Asked Valley. One that you will like. I have recently joined this faction called the Chaos Brigade. Their goal is to rule the world, however I only joined so that I can find myself a good fight. Explained Issei. Are you asking me to join you? Asked Valley. Maybe. You do like a good fight, right? Well, you'll get a lot of those if you join the faction. Replied Issei. HMPH, it's a very tempting offer, said Valley. Just imagine it, fighting the entire world. Sounds fun, right? Said Issei. True. Alright, I'll join you, replied Valley. Sweet, said Issei. Flashback end. Who knows? Said Issei. Che, surely the white and black are captivated by the red as well. Asked Kokobile before Valley flew down fast and ripped a pair of Kokobile's wings off. Ah, you dare, shouted Kokobile. He, she's pretty tough, huh? Thought Issei. Indeed, it might be fun when we finally fight her and the red one, said Chroma. What did she do to him? Asked Tomoki. I don't know, I couldn't see, replied Kiba. Your wings remind me of a filthy crow. Azazel's wings are deeper like everlasting darkness, said Valley. You bastard. What are you trying to do? Asked Kokobile. Someone who's fallen lower than the ground hardly needs wings, don't you agree? Replied Valley. Totally, said Issei. Grr, grunted Kokobile as he flew up and started creating a massive light spear. As Kokobile was about to throw the massive light spear, Valley countered by using his sacred gear. Divide, said the sacred gear. Kokobile's light spear started to decrease in size until it completely vanished. What have you done? Shouted Kokobile. His name is Albion. One of the powers of my sacred gear is divine dividing. Every 10 seconds it cuts in half the power of whatever it's touching, sustaining me with that power instead, explained Valley. Cuts power in half, said Tomoki. Grr, grunted Kokobile. Better hurry or you won't even be able to defeat a human, added Valley. The Red Dragon Emperor multiplies its owner's power and transfers it onto something, while the White Dragon Emperor halves the enemy's power using the gain for its owner. So the legends were right, explained Rias. Are you still bored? Here, let me make this a little more fun for you, said Valley as she punched him in the stomach. Arg, ugh, ah, screamed Kokobile as he was suffering immense pain. I've been told you're getting out of hand. Azazel asked me to bring you back even if it took all my power, stated Valley as she spun around the area and smashed Kokobile into the ground. Azazel, shouted Kokobile before he was smashed into the ground. Dot 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 dot. Oh good, there are a few things I need to ask our stray priest as well, we'll take care of the rest afterwards, said Valley as she grabbed the stray priest before throwing his unconscious body towards Issei for him to catch. Are you going to ignore me, White One? Asked Drake. It's the Red Dragon Emperor, said Rias. So it seems you're finally awake, Diedrich. Chroma was telling the truth, replied Albion. I've been wondering when all three of us would finally meet again, said Diedrich. As have I. All three of us are still destined to fight. It is inevitable, replied Chroma. I can't imagine a battle between those three, said Rias. Let's meet again soon, Diedrich, suggested Albion. Yes, let's, Albion and Chroma, replied Diedrich. Hey, what the hell is going on? I don't even know who you are. More importantly, you ruined everything. I was gonna win. Now I won't get to suck on Rias' boobs and it's all your fault, shouted Tomoki. Che, shut up, brat, you're nothing compared to me or Issei. Honestly, I am disappointed that you are my rival. Thank goodness Issei is here to satisfy me with battle and in bed, replied Valley. Oh oi, don't go around spreading that crap, shouted Issei. Issei, the Black Dragon Emperor and the White Dragon Emperor having that kind of relationship. It's unheard of, said Akano. HMPH, whatever, just get stronger, Tomoki Komeda, we will all fight soon, added Valley. As soon as Valley said that, both she and Issei disappeared with Kokobile and freed Selzen. Time skip. Asterisk. Tomoki was currently headed to school before a girl with silver hair and silver eyes caught his attention, as it seems that the female had been waiting for him. The girl soon stopped Tomoki in his tracks. Huh, who are you? Asked Tomoki. I am Valley, the White Dragon Emperor, replied Valley. Holy crap, my left hand is freaking out again. Sure picked a crappy time to do it, thought Tomoki. When Tomoki returned to reality, he saw that Valley's finger was inches away from his eye. How vulnerable you are. It wouldn't take much to defeat you with my magic, almost too easy, said Valley. Che, boosted. Tomoki tried to summon his boosted gear only to be interrupted as both Kiba and Xenovia had their swords at Valley's throat. Don't you think this joke has gone on long enough? Asked Kiba. It wouldn't be smart for us to allow you to start a fight with the Red Dragon Emperor here now, would it? Added Xenovia. What's going on? Asked Asia. Asia, stay back, said Tomoki. HMPH, is this really the best move? If all of you fighting still couldn't bring Kokobile down, you'll never beat me, stated Valley. But don't take my word for it, keep going if you don't care about causing a scene, added Valley. This made both knights withdraw their swords and return to Tomoki's side. Tell me, Tomoki, how do you think you compare to those with the power in this world? Asked Valley. What do you mean? Asked Tomoki. I am talking about your balance breaker. It looks quite incomplete if you ask me, but still a 4-digit ranking. On a scale of strongest to weakest, that is, I'd say between 1500 or lower, explained Valley. Okay, thanks, but what's your point? Asked Tomoki. My point is that you're a valuable player. You should be taken care of and properly nurtured, don't you agree, Rias? Said Valley. I don't need your advice. Mind telling me what this is about? If you've come here on behalf of the fallen angels, I can assure you it's a huge waste of time, replied Rias. HMPH, you should be aware that those who wield the red and white twin sky dragons are destined to fight. Guess you were unlucky to have both the first Black Dragon Emperor and the strongest White Dragon Emperor on the same generation as you, Tomoki Komeda, the weakest Red Dragon Emperor, said Valley. All of the orc looked at Valley nervously, as they would all die if they fought. Calm down, I am not here to fight with you, I've got better things to do today. Like Issei Hyodo, added Valley, whispering the last part. Issei's new apartment! Exclamation mark. Lemon start. Issei was currently drinking some coffee as he had just woken up. However, a magic circle suddenly appeared on his floor. Asked Issei. Hurry up. I wanna get this done with. Said Valley. What? Asked Issei. You know what I mean. Replied Valley. Wait, you actually wanna do it? Asked Issei. Yes, I do. Said Valley. Alright then. Said Issei as he removed his clothes. Valley then blushes so hard that she can be mistaken as the Red Dragon Emperor. What is that thing? Asked Valley as she pointed at Issei's joystick. That's my penis. Replied Issei. Why is it twitching? And why does it look so hard? Asked Valley. That's what it does when it gets excited. Replied Issei. HMPH. Whatever, it's not that good. Said Valley, turning her head away and removing her clothes. You say that, yet you seem to be getting incredibly horny. Replied Issei. Che, whatever. Said Valley as she started to suck his dick. Damn, you're like a pro. Complimented Issei. Said Valley as she sucked on his dick. Issei then inserted his shaft into her soft pink pussy. Oh, yes. That feels great. Moaned Valley. Yeah, harder. Moaned Valley once more. Issei kept thrusting fast, making Valley feel amazing, but a few hours had passed and they both had worn out. Exclamation mark. Lemon end. Time skip. Leaders Summit. There were multiple powerful leaders from each faction present in the room: Michael, Gabriel, Seraphal, Sirzex and Azazel. As the meeting began, all leaders started to discuss what was best for all three factions. Our perpetual three-way stalemate is getting rather old and hardly doing this world any favors. I assume we're all on agreement on that. Said Azazel. God and the Devil Kings are gone. Our war generals have been annihilated. Said Michael. The church trio soon had sad faces after hearing that. We have a complication. Once again, it's not even our three powers, but these forces are equally, if not more, destructive. They are the Red and White Dragon Emperors, so I'd like to hear their thoughts. Said Azazel. What I want is to fight someone who is as strong or stronger than me. Replied Valley. Yes, but you can still find a lot of powerful opponents without having a war. Said Azazel. I suppose. Replied Valley. Issei Hyodo is a great example of that, or maybe you don't want to fight him because you've gotten lovey-dovey with him. Asked Azazel. What? How absurd. Said Valley in denial. Alright, and you, Red Dragon Emperor? Asked Azazel. Well, I am not good at coming up with stuff from the spot, so explained Tomoki. I see. Well then, why don't I make it a little easier for you, Tomoki? Try to focus here. If we start fighting again, you'll never be able to have your way with Rias Grimori. Said Azazel. Said Tomoki. But if we make peace instead, then prosperity and propagation become far more important. Added Azazel. You mean like baby making? Asked Tomoki. That's right. Imagine those training sessions. You could practice every single day. Said Azazel. Hey, I am right here. Said Rias. Sighed Graphia. Peace means a daily dose of Rias lovin'. War means no sexy time, you understand? Asked Azazel. Goo. If there's peace between us, I can actually have my dirty freak time with Rias. And my dreams really come true. Wait, am I in a position to make that happen? Even if I am not, with no fighting there'd be a chance. Thought Tomoki. Peace is number one. Peace for me, please. I am gonna do it with Rias so hard. Shouted Tomoki. Hey Tomoki. You realize her brother is right there, right? Asked Kiba. Ahem. So anyway, bottom line is dude, I am not gonna use my power unless I am helping Rias and my friends. That's just the way it is. Said Tomoki. Dot 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 dot. Soon after, a question was asked by Tomoki directed towards Michael. Michael answered it and apologies were made to Asia and Zenobia. Oh right, I've heard of her. Wasn't one of my underlings responsible for killing you? Asked Azazel. Huh, said Asia shocked. Yeah, and you should be apologizing. You wanna know why that fallen angel bitch killed her? Because she wanted to be like you. You stupid asshole, shouted Tomoki. Said Azazel. Naturally I take full responsibility, so to atone I'll satisfy you in a way that only I can. Said Azazel. How? Asked Tomoki. Calm down Tomoki. Said Rias. Said Valley and the rest of the orc as everything was stopped. What in the hell? Asked Tomoki. He looked around the room to see that everyone had been frozen except himself, Rias, Zenobia, Kiba, Valley, Irina and the leaders of the factions. They're frozen. Said Kiba. Is it just me or did time stop? Asked Tomoki. It appears so. Fortunately those of us with superior powers weren't affected. Said Azazel. Thank our dragons, they protected us. The heavenly bunch over there were shielded by their holy swords. Said Valley. What? I don't understand. Asked Irina. I am okay thanks to you Tomoki, you did it again. Said Rias. Everyone looked outside the window as multiple magicians started appearing. Who are those freaks? Asked Tomoki. They're magicians. Said Seraphal. Magicians? Asked Tomoki. They're so rude. I am a real-life magic girl and they're flat out ignoring me. Added Seraphal. But, what is this power? Asked Michael. It's that half-vampire boy, he must have been forced into creating balance breaker conditions for them. Explained Azazel. You mean Gasper? Asked Tomoki. He has the power to stop time. I think it's safe to say yes, it is him. Gasper has fallen into enemy hands. Said Searzex. Oh no. Said Kiba. These terrorist magicians dare to kidnap a member of my household. They will pay for this disrespect. Said Rias. Our guards are disappearing. Said Michael. Teleportation magic. That could only mean someone is connected to the gate within this barrier. Added Gabriel. And unfortunately our magical transport troops are completely sealed off from us. Said Graphia. So we've been cornered? Asked Azazel. Yes, their timing along with their use of Lady Grimori's bishop could not have been more perfect. Replied Michael. We've been betrayed. Said Irina. I recommend we take action soon. If they've somehow found a way to make Gasper stronger, none of us will survive. Said Searzex. No one is strong enough to beat him. Asked Tomoki. If only Issei were here we wouldn't have to worry about anything. Said Gabriel. Well, of course he'd be able to take Gasper on, thought Tomoki. If we don't do something about this half-vampire kid now it'll be far too dangerous to fight back. Said Azazel. Searzex, I have an unused rook in storage where my household usually holds meetings. Said Rias. A rook. Castling could work. Replied Searzex. But, I'd rather not send you in alone. Added Searzex. Gasper is a member of my household. I take responsibility for him, I'll steal him back. Replied Rias. I suggest using some of Searzek's power, then another person will be able to escape with you. Suggested Graphia. Then I'll be that person. I promise to protect her. Said Tomoki. You can go with her. Said Searzex. Thanks. Replied Tomoki. Wouldn't it be easier to take out the half-vampire with the terrorists? If you'd like I can just do it for you. Said Valley. Suck a dick. Said Tomoki. Wow, what a coincidence. Said Albion. Please be a bit more considerate Valley, we are trying to make peace here. Said Azazel. Sorry, it's hard for me to do nothing like this. Replied Valley. HMPH, fair enough then why don't you go welcome those magicians? Upset their ranks some, seeing the White Dragon Emperor should help. Suggested Azazel. Whatever. said Valley as she flew outside. She was above all of the magicians. Balance break, shouted Valley. Vanishing dragon balance breaker, shouted her sacred gear. She then took out multiple magicians at once using one move. She's strong. I mean like stupid strong, said Tomoki. True, but her power also feels dangerous to me, added Xenovia. HMPH, don't worry, we're gonna get Gasper back safe, I swear it, said Tomoki. Ah, first things first. HMPH, said Azazel as he gave them something. Dot 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 dot. It won't be long now. As soon as Gasper is rescued by Rias and Tomoki, we can begin our counterattack, said Searsex. We have a visitor, said Graphia. I know this magic. But how? Asked Searsex. Well, if it isn't the unworthy devil King Searsex and Seraphol, said Cateria Leviathan. Explain yourself, what are you doing here? Asked Seraphol. Cateria Leviathan, descendant of the first Leviathan, said Searsex. I am only here to bring destruction and chaos, said Cateria as she blew up the building. Dot 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 dot. A descendant of the former Devil King Leviathan, a desperate monster nearing her end, not a bad opponent. I think I'll treat myself to some Armageddon, said Azazel. Surprise, you don't scare me, replied Cateria. The two clashed and completely annihilated any living being nearby. Dot 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 dot. While the two clashed, Kiba, Xenovia and Irina were fighting off the magicians to buy some time for Graphia. Let's do this. We can fight for our friendship's sake, said Xenovia as she and Irina kept fighting for peace. Dot 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 dot. Are you as excited about your final moments as I am? Asked Cateria as she absorbed what looked like to be a snake. A snake? Asked Azazel before he dodged a powerful attack unleashed by Cateria. We should clear something up before we move forward, said Azazel before he caught an attack unleashed by Cateria. You've got a lot of aura. It seems to be more than a Devil King's descendant should possess. Where do you get this power? Asked Azazel. I would love to answer that question, but why waste so much breath when you're just going to die? Said Cateria as she released a powerful attack. Dot 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 dot. She's fighting on par with Azazel, quite impressive, thought Issei. Indeed, but are you excited, partner? The battle is coming very soon, said Chroma. He, hell yeah, I am excited. It's almost time, thought Issei. Just a few more minutes. The long-awaited battle of the three heavenly dragons. Thought Issei. Getting excited. Dot 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 dot. The end. Dot 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 dot. Hope you guys enjoyed the chapter. The battle that has been hyped up for a few chapters is finally coming. I plan on making the next chapter the longest chapter by far, so it might not release tomorrow, but I hope you guys are satisfied with this for now. Stay tuned for the next chapter. First, previous ch11 of 32 next. Chapter 12. Beginning arc finale. Hey guys. This is the 13th chapter. I hope you do enjoy reading it. I also wanted to thank all of you for the support you have been giving, and for those that don't like my work, I apologize for not being able to satisfy your needs. Well, here's the finale for the beginning arc, as I'll call it. Talking. Thinking. Chroma speaking. Oblivion speaking. Dedrag Albion speaking. Ability action. Dot 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 dot. Chapter 13. Dot 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 dot. The battle between Kateria Leviathan and Azazel had kept going until Azazel had equipped his artificial sacred gear. What is that? Asked Kateria. Oh, this. It's just a little artificial sacred gear I managed to make with the help of Dragon King Fafnir. I call it Downfall Dragon Spear. Replied Azazel. Che, that won't save your life. Said Kateria as she prepared another magic attack. I don't think so. Said Azazel as he threw a spear that looked to be made from light. As Kateria had her eyes open wide as the spear was inches away from her face, but her life was saved as something stopped the spear. Or more accurately, someone. Said Azazel as he witnessed his two-pronged spear of light shatter. What? Asked Kateria. Soon after Kateria said that she vanished, someone had taken her. Hey, so he was watching. Muttered Azazel. As Azazel looked down, he noticed that there were only a few magicians left, and they were all getting killed by the devils that were fighting below. Well, it seems that all of their forces have been depleted. Oof. Said Azazel before he was punched straight back to the ground. Everyone was shocked at the sight of Azazel falling to the ground. What the hell? Asked Tomoki. Sigh, I should have seen this coming. You got me there, Valley. Must be losing my touch. Said Azazel as he got up. Sorry Azazel, but this side is much more interesting in my opinion. Said Valley. Valley, you're the one who betrayed us. Shouted Tomoki. Well, I can understand that, but there's something I'd like to ask you. Asked Azazel. Said Valley. You know Shemhazai, my vice-governor general. Well, he's recently informed me of a faction that has been gathering the dangerous members and elements of the three great powers. What were they called again? Oh yes, the Chaos Brigade. Said Azazel. Chaos sounds accurate. Said Searzex. Whoever's in charge must be strong, but why would anyone gather such dangerous people together? Asked Seraphal. So I bet I can guess who's leading you. Has to be Ophis the Ouroboros dragon, right? said Azazel. Ophis. It can't be, said Rias. Is that another dragon? Asked Tomoki. The infinite dragon god, a dragon so strong even God was afraid of it. Replied Rias. Yes, it is true that I have sided with Ophis, but believe me, neither one of us has the slightest interest in world domination. Same goes for Issei. We're just a group that has formed in order to use our power, that is all. Said Valley. Well, that makes more sense. Conspiring with Kateria seemed a little beneath you, but even so, both of you had devil titles stolen, so I wasn't sure. Replied Azazel. What? She's a devil king descendant too? Asked Seraphal. What are you saying? Asked Rias. My name is Valley Lucifer. Said Valley. What? Said Sirzex. Lucifer. Said Tomoki. I am a direct descendant of one of the dead devil kings. My mother was a human, so I am a half-blood. My father was the grandson of the former devil king Lucifer. Explained Valley. Of course, half-human, there's no way we could have known. Said Sirzex. While you have the real blood of a devil king, since you're half-human you just happen to be able to be possessed by the vanishing dragon. So basically your existence is a joke. Said Valley. I would go with miracle personally, but to each their own, replied Valley as she revealed her multiple devil wings. Look at his wings, said Asia. Dear God, said Michael. I have a feeling this will be the best white dragon emperor the world has ever known, past, present and future. Said Azazel. The best dragon ever, muttered Tomoki. Tomoki Komeda. Fate can be cruel, wouldn't you agree? Asked Valley. Yeah, maybe, replied Tomoki. I am the strongest dragon and I carry with me the blood of the devil king. But you are just a lowly human. Before becoming a devil you weren't even an impressive student in high school. That is to say, aside from the boosted gear you are nothing. Said Valley. It's disappointing. It's so disappointing it's funny. Even though we are rival sacred gears, you and I are as far apart as the sky to the earth. No. More than that, added Valley. You got a point there, Valley. Asked Tomoki. I do. I think you should try harder. Replied Valley. Huh? Asked Tomoki. Maybe you should try being an Avenger. I could kill your parents if that would help. Replied Valley. Tomoki's eyes widened after Valley said that as images of his parents dying appeared in his head. If I take something as precious to you as your mother and father away, surely you would be able to act on the tragic fate. Your parents would most likely be grateful to me for their murder. Any death I would grant them would be far more exciting than their current boring life. Yes, let's do that, added Valley. No. How can you be so cruel? Asked Asia. Oh, Tomoki, said Rias with sympathy. I am so gonna kill this slutty bitch, muttered Tomoki. Tomoki, shouted Rias. Why should my parents have to die for her damn convenience? Like I would just idly buy and let her take anything from me. Shouted Tomoki. Welsh Dragon Overbooster. Shouted the boosted gear. Nobody hurts the people I care about. I don't care who they are. Stated Tomoki. It's his balance breaker, said Rias with shock. Ahahaha. Ha 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 ha. Laughed a new voice. Who the hell is laughing? Shouted Tomoki. Come on, Tomoki Komeda. Did you really think he would miss out on our battle? Asked Valley. What? Who? Asked Tomoki. Could it be? Muttered Gabriel. I am afraid it is. Said Michael. And no way. Why would he join people like them? Asked Seraphal. So it was the same faction. Said Sirzex. What do you mean? Asked Azazel. Issei Hyodo. The day my little sister was saved by Tomoki he spoke to me in Graphia. Replied Sirzex. What did he say? Asked Michael. Ha ha ha. I believe I said from that day forth we would be enemies. Answered Issei as he was revealed by the faction leaders. It is Issei, said Rias. And he said that he had joined a faction that had plans to rule the world. I had made a connection and thought that this Chaos Brigade might have been the same faction that Issei had joined. It seems I was right. Added Sirzex. So, he betrayed us too? Asked Tomoki. You could say that, said Issei. Although I have to say you did well to bring out his balance breaker Valley. You brought out his anger, and from what Chroma has told me, that is one of the most appropriate ways to bring out a dragon. Well done, added Issei. So what you're saying is, I am better at bringing out his dragon than he is at being one? Asked Valley. Yeah, keep talking, douchebag, shouted Tomoki as he flew up to fight both Issei and Valley. Ha ha ha. Well, Valley, don't forget we're fighting as well, said Issei as he activated his balance breaker. Yeah, I didn't forget. Replied Valley. Ravaging Dragon Balance Breaker. Shouted the Eradication Gear. Ascalon. Shouted Tomoki. Blade. Said the boosted gear. Tomoki then charged with Ascalon in his hand. Valley was able to dodge it easily. The Dragon Slayer, huh? That should help the boy a lot in this fight. Said Chroma. Good. It makes him a better opponent. Replied Issei. The Dragon Slayer. I won't be able to deflect even one cut from that. Said Albion. Okay. Then I won't let him cut me. Replied Valley. Tomoki then kept striking with Ascalon, but Valley was able to dodge all of the strikes that Tomoki threw. Weak. You're too weak. Said Valley as she had kicked Tomoki away and used her divine dividing. Divide. Said Valley's sacred gear. Are you alright? Asked Rias. Okay. Replied Tomoki. Tomoki, you have to beat him. Said Gasper. I will, especially since Rias is watching. I won't lose in front of her. Shouted Tomoki. Boost. Said the boosted gear. Adorable. Said Valley as she released the energy she had stolen from Tomoki. Hey, I think you guys are forgetting about me. Shouted Issei as he started laughing and unleashed his attack. Downfall Massacre. Shouted the Eradication Gear. Oh shit. Said Valley as she tried to dodge but was too late as she along with Tomoki were blown into the ground. Valley then charged her attack and threw it at both Issei and Tomoki. Arg. Tomoki was damaged quite a bit from taking both the attacks of Issei and Valley. Ha 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 ha. Laughed Issei as he blocked Valley's attack. D-Drag transfer power to Ascalon. Said Tomoki. Transfer. Said the boosted gear. Do it again. Said Tomoki. Transfer. Said the boosted gear. Tomoki then charged at Valley as she was focused on Issei and hit her in the gut. Feel the power of the Dragon Slayer. Shouted Tomoki as he hit Valley in the gut. Ah. Goo. Screamed Valley as she spit out blood and her balance breaker shattered. Ha 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 ha. You completely blew away her sacred gear. That was amazing. Complimented Issei as he charged another attack. Carnage slash. Shouted the Eradication Gear. Valley managed to dodge that one, but Tomoki was severely damaged as he had a large cut on his left shoulder. Damn it, this hurts like hell. Shouted Tomoki as he was holding his left shoulder. Valley then activated her balance breaker again. Son of a bitch. Said Tomoki. It won't be over until the other person is unable to fight any longer. This is how dragons battle. Said D-Drake. Tomoki then felt something weird with the boosted gear. Huh. What's wrong? Asked Tomoki. The arm band is reaching the limit of its effectiveness. Replied D-Drake. This is happening because I am too damn weak again. Said Tomoki as he saw the other two dragons fighting. Divide, divide, divide. Shouted the dividing gear. Eradicate. Shouted the eradication gear. Issei then teleported and knocked Valley down to the ground, creating a crater. There's no way we can win against the time limit. Run away now or you'll die. Said D-Drake. I can't abandon everyone. D-Drake, the sacred gear responds to what I am feeling, right? Asked Tomoki. Yes, but before you do anything rash, are you really ready to die? Asked D-Drake. I can't die yet. I still have to get it on with Rias. Trust me for that, I can take on the whole world. Replied Tomoki in his head. Ha ha ha. I like your resolve. Now let me show you my determination. Said D-Drake. I am the massive power known as the Red Dragon Emperor. We will survive this together as true partners. Tomoki Komeda, are you ready? Asked D-Drake. Yeah. Shouted Tomoki. What is he doing? Oof. Asked Valley before she was hit by an attack from Issei. Eradicate. Said the eradication gear. Never look away from your opponent. Said Issei. Listen, you vanishing dragon dickhead. This is where I take your power. Shouted Tomoki as he smashed what looked like to be a broken piece of Valley's scale mail. Tomoki number. Shouted Rias. Ah. Damn it, this fucking hurts. A light spear is nothing compared to what I am going through now. Stated Tomoki. Is he trying to take your power? Asked Issei. I think he is. Replied Valley as she threw more punches at Issei. Kiba managed it. Fused holy and devil powers together. I can too. I am gonna take your vanishing power, combine it with my sacred gear and then kick your ass. Answered Tomoki. Rather reckless. We are conflicting existences. To do that would be suicide. Said Albion. So you know, Albion, possessing this particular master has taught me something important. Even a fool can make the impossible possible, as long as he never gives up. Replied D-Drake. I am that fool. I am proud of it. If my abilities can't win, then I'll stick to being the idiot till the end. Respond to what I am feeling and do your worst. Shouted Tomoki. Vanishing dragon power is taken. Said the boosted gear. No way. Said Valley surprised. HMPH, he actually did it. Added Issei. Bang. Dividing gear in your face. Said Tomoki. Impossible. This is impossible. Stated Albion. You've definitely taken a few years off your life. Most devils live for a very long time, however, you will not be one of them. Said D-Drake. Didn't plan to live that long anyway. Still got shit I wanna do though. Replied Tomoki. Ha 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 ha. This fight just got a lot better. Said Issei. HMPH, time to play more seriously. Said Valley. Half dimension. Said the dividing gear as the school got smaller. He's warping the dimensions, it's a very dangerous move. Said Michael. How is that fair? Asked Rias. It isn't fair at all. Oh, what are we gonna do? We are 3 fighting dragon love birds. You'll have to want it more to win. Replied Azazel. Hey Tomoki. Red Dragon Emperor. Called Azazel. What do you want? Asked Tomoki. Let me make sure this is simple so you'll understand. That power she has divides things around her in half. Said Azazel. Hey, I see what he's planning. Thought Issei as he quietly powered up a bit. If the boy wasn't so perverted, Azazel's plan would have slim chances of working. Added Chroma. Hey, I like that fallen angel. Said Oblivion. Divides it? Asked Tomoki. Meaning Rias Grimori's bustline will also become half its original size. Added Azazel. Huh? Asked Rias. Soon so many images of Rias' breasts appeared in Tomoki's head. Don't fuck with me. Shouted Tomoki. Rias' boobs are perfect and I won't let you reduce them. Said Tomoki. Wait, what? Asked Valley. You monster. You're pure evil. I will never forgive you for this. Shouted Tomoki. Boost 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 x10, shouted the boosted gear. Ha 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 ha. This fight is hilarious. His power increases this much just to keep his master's breasts from getting smaller. Said Azazel. Ha 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 ha, good job Azazel. Said Issei. Try laying a finger on Rias Grimori. I dare you. Said Tomoki. I'll destroy you so completely you'll never be able to be reborn again, you hear me, Valley? Added Tomoki as he charged at Valley with amazing speed. Valley was then hit in the gut. Oof. Said Valley as she was hit in the gut. Where did this speed come from? Asked Valley as she was flying away from Tomoki. Tomoki then kept hitting Valley while stating they were for the ones he loved. Oof. Shouted Valley as she was knocked down onto the ground. Hey, you actually hurt me there. Think you can handle something stronger? It's called the Juggernaut. Said Valley. Forget it, Valley. That is not the best choice for this situation. Said Albion. No, let her do it, Albion. Said Issei. Come on. Shouted Tomoki as he prepared to fight more. Baiko huh. Looks like I'll have to reinforce the barrier. Thought Issei as he made the barrier stronger so that nobody could interfere. I, who shall awaken, am the heavenly dragon who lost all to the principle of domination. I envy the infinite and yearn for the dream. I shall be the white dragon that masters the path of domination. I shall lead you to the farthest limits of innocence. Juggernaut Drive. Chanted Valley as her Juggernaut Drive was activated. Now in front of Tomoki was Valley's Juggernaut Drive form. What the hell? What is that? Thought Tomoki. That is the Juggernaut Drive, a form so powerful it has killed many of our previous hosts. You have not unlocked it yet, you cannot win this fight. Said D-Drake. Ha 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 ha. Well, I am afraid Tomoki won't be fighting anymore. Said Issei as he attacked Tomoki and punched him in the gut, knocking him out. Arg. Said Tomoki as he fell unconscious. Here catch. Said Issei as he threw Tomoki at Searsex. Tomoki. Shouted Rias. Ha 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 ha. Now, it's time for my Juggernaut. Said Issei. How strong is his Juggernaut Drive? Thought Valley. And just so you know, my Juggernaut Drive is 3 times stronger than Great Red. But don't worry, I'll hold back. Said Issei. 3 times. How will I stand a chance? Thought Valley. Out of the night that seals me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I awaken from the chains that held my unconquerable soul. Beyond the dreams of wrath and tears, looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the dreams finds, and shall find, me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the eradicator of my fate. I am the emperor of my soul. Juggernaut Drive, chanted Issei as he activated his Juggernaut Drive. Downfall Reap, said the eradication gear. A giant scythe formed by magical power from the eradication gear was seen as it struck at the area that Valley was in. Smoke covered the area and once it disappeared and unconscious Valley was seen. She was bloody and dying. Too much, asked Issei. Too much, said Chroma. Too much, said Oblivion. Issei returned to his balance breaker form and healed Valley as she was dying. You alright? Asked Issei. Why yeah, I am fine, replied Valley as she was getting flustered that Issei was carrying her bridal style. Alright, let's head back to HQ, said Issei. Oh, I forgot to destroy the barrier, added Issei as he threw an attack at the barrier. Come on. Why won't this damn barrier break? Said Baiko as the barrier broke and Baiko fell to the ground. Ouch, shouted Baiko as he fell. Baiko, what are you doing here? Asked Valley. We're finally going to fight with the northern gods, said Baiko. Huh, sweet, said Issei as both he and Valley followed Baiko and disappeared. ORC Clubroom. And so, I have become the advisor for the Occult Research Club, said Azazel. Hey, you can't be serious, asked Rias. Oh I bet I am. I asked Sirzex and everything. He told me I should talk to Seraphal's little sister about it, replied Azazel. You did this Sona? Asked Tomoki. Look, I didn't have much a choice if I didn't agree with him. My sister threatened the worse. She said she'd come instead, explained Sona. So basically, what you mean is that you sold us out, said Rias. Anyway, I'll leave you to it, said Sona as she left the clubroom. Hey, Sona, called Rias. Now, Sirzex had one condition for me. I cannot stay here unless I provide a gift to you, said Azazel. Oh yeah, what kind of gift? Asked Gasper. As long as I am around I will properly help develop your immature sacred gears, he. A mysterious boosted gear with unpredictable evolution, the Holy Devil's Sword, and Forbidden Velour View, added Azazel. I can use the research I've done to evolve them on an individual level, understand? From now on you can call me Mr. Azazel, okay? Said Azazel. Mr. Azazel, dude, nothing personal but that feels weird in my mouth, said Tomoki. I am looking forward to working with you all, added Azazel. Hold it. I never agreed to this. How can we even trust you? Shouted Rias. Oh yeah, Sirzex gave me another message for you as well, said Azazel. Another message? Asked Rias. It seems when he visited Tomoki's house previously, he learned the importance of a good skinship with household members. Notably for you, apparently that's what the Red Dragon Emperor needs to charge his power, added Azazel. Okay, said Tomoki. Alright then. This is an official order in the name of the great devil King Lucifer. All of the current female members of the Occult Research Club are hereby directed to move in with Tomoki immediately. There you go, said Azazel. Move in, said both Rias and Tomoki simultaneously. White one is after power, black is after a good battle and red is after women. Well, at least their motives are pure. In their own way. Ahehe. Even without God, the world keeps right on turning. Said Azazel. Dot 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 dot. Soon, when we release it, nothing will stop us, not even that black dragon emperor. Said a man. Indeed, when it is released, the destruction of all life on this world will be guaranteed. Said another man. You're not wrong there, Euclid. Said the man. I've learned from the best, Rizvam Sama. Replied Euclid. Ha 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 ha. Although I must admit, my granddaughter is quite powerful now, although it is not nearly enough to defeat Trihexa. Stated Rizvam. Let us just hope that multiplying Trihexa's power 10 times is enough for it to defeat Issei Hyodo. Added Rizvam. It will be, his juggernaut drive is merely 3 times the strength of Great Red. When Trihexa awakens, it will have 10 times Great Red's strength. Said Euclid. True, the juggernaut drive should be his strongest form. Replied Rizvam. Ha 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 ha. Then we have nothing to worry about. Added Rizvam. Dot 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 dot. A sealed dimension. Activate. Dragon God form. Muttered Issei. Ravaging dragon. God mode. Shouted the eradication gear. Dot 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 dot. The end. Dot 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 dot. Hope you guys enjoyed the chapter. This is the end of the beginning arc. The next arc will be called the Cataclysm arc. I also revealed the final form of the eradication gear. It will be used against Trihexa, so don't expect to see it again anytime soon. I also said I was planning on making this the longest chapter yet, but I am not sure if I succeeded or not. I am sorry if I didn't, but I promised to make the Cataclysm arc chapters longer. I also apologize for the delay for the release of this chapter, as I had a lot of work for school. Anyway, I won't be revealing any more things for the next arc. Hope you enjoyed the chapter. Also, final harem below. Issei's harem. Shinigami, Gabriel, Seraphal, Kateria, OC will be revealed next arc. Ophis, Valley, Amaterasu, Freya, Hela, Venelana, Revel, Zenobia, Akano, OC will be revealed next arc. Graphia, Kuroka, Lady Phoenix, Ubeluna, Penemu, Rainair, Tiamat, Saphira, OC Dragon from Aragon. Tomoki's harem. Rias, Kaneko, Asia, Irina. Note that the 2 OCs in Issei's harem are 2 characters from other animes. Stay tuned for the next chapter. Don't forget to PM and review for any suggestions. First, previous CH12 of